All right. Woo-wee. It's Monday. That's right. Oh, no. Oh, no, not Monday. Oh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages. Thank you for coming here to the show this morning, and we are live. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you on this beautiful, fantastic, wonderful, amazing one. Two-man-density. Jason Gutterman, Monday morning. All right. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Who's here today? Well, first of all, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I would love for you to give a big, warm welcome to the one, the only, the amazing, the gorgeous, the beautiful, the fantastic, the unbelievable, the one, the only. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ray is here. All right. All right. Good morning, Ray. How you doing?
Oh, it's Monday.
Yeah, exactly. Feel like Garfield.
Mm.
I get to. Well, that would be pretty cool though. You get to eat lasagna and chill out all day. Hey, it's Monday. Hey, you got more lasagna? Yeah, well then shut up. No.
If only, yeah.
Right. Anyway, who was first today?
Jason D was first.
All right. Welcome to the show. Here's your happy dance, Jason. All right. Yes, thank you. All right. That's awesome. And then let's see who was number 2. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Tiny Chihuahua Live. All right.
Good morning.
Oh, and then look who was third.
I don't understand that. Usually he's first.
Yeah, what's up with that? It's like a race.
But lately, yeah, I don't get it.
Well, I don't know if I should let the cat out of the bag, but I will. My timing's been a little different the last week or so. And a little bit of me has been doing it intentionally because I know that they're waiting. So that exactly at 5:30 or whatever, right? So yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll wait till 5:32. I'll do it at 5:34. See what happens.
But normally you're not ever right at 5:30 though.
Yeah, that's true. It's usually within a minute or two either way. Yeah.
Minute? You've been never mind. You're never at 5:30.
I know. Well, it's weird. Like there have been times, like at one point, I started making them the night before, like with the premiere will be in 12 hours or whatever. But in fact, I think you were there for some of them. When I first started doing that, what happened? I started getting all these people leaving comments like, what happened? Why are you so early? What's going on? And it's like, okay, and now I'm just confusing people.
Right.
So I'll go back to doing it in the morning. Yeah.
Right. Just stick with status quo. And that includes being late, because if you were to start being on time, people would wonder if you hit your head or something.
Right. Let's see. We got Jason D, Greg Jonek, Tiny Chihuahua. Who else is here this morning? Let's find out. How about Ron Colzer? Am I 14th? Hey, all from the middle of the toasty Mojave Desert.
Yes, if he was 4th, not 14. Good morning, Ron.
Am I 4th? And I saw the I and the 4 is 14. I'm like,
that's Monday. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much. Greg Jonek, Tiny Chihuahua, Ron. Let's see who else. Highway Star. Yeah.
Good morning, Highway Star.
Good morning. Oh, and then look this guy. I'm actually drinking out of it today.
Man.
Chocolate, no.
Coffee cup. Look at that. An actual coffee cup.
Yes. I've been awake for 3 days now. Holy crap. So, like, is that one of these, like, it's a bad thing, like an insomnia thing? Or is that like you're trying to break a record and do, like, a cool thing? I don't know.
Either way, I don't think that's a good thing.
Right? Or maybe it's too much powder. I don't know. But, yeah, that's probably not good to be up for 3 days.
No. I hope you're okay, Ron.
Yeah, take a nap. I don't care if you turn off the show. Just hit the like button before you do. No, I love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank everyone for joining us. Yeah. I love you guys. The Rash family's in full effect. We love you guys. Best fans in the world. It would be nice if Hez arranged for all of us to get breakfast delivered, right? Delivered by Showtime. Hey, Terry Barnes, good morning. God bless you all. God bless you, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Doc Leno, Terry Barnes, Highway Star.
I hear you.
Ron, Greg. Yes. Oh, look at this.
It's David E. People.
That's right. And he said, it's Monday. Insert joke here.
Yeah.
You got any good dad jokes on deck?
No.
All right.
When you put me on the spot like that, I do.
Well, no, because I didn't have one, so I'm like, oh shit, I'll throw it to her. You got one? No, all right, cool. Hot potato. David E. Persons, Griffey. Woohoo! Welcome to the show.
Oh, wait, I do.
Okay.
Why did the turkey cross the road?
Bye.
To see what the hype was about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Craig Jonick, Tiny Chihuahua, Griffey. What's all the hype about? Everyone's trying to cross the road. Highway Star, Terry, Craig Jonick, Duck Lanou, Griffey, Highway Star. Who else is here? Let's see. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Zuzu Syquin is here. Zuzu, what's up? Hello, everyone. Playing Scum while watching. All right, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
And then we got a 3-month membership milestone from Donna Ray. Good morning, y'all. Listening while working. Thank you. We love the worker lurkers. Here's your happy dance. Round of applause for you. All right.
Morning, Donna. Thanks for being a member for 3 months.
Yes, indeed. Let's see who else is in the house. Wonderful one. Oh, Cheeky Monkey's back. What's up? Have you done a background check on Dollar Hyde's attorney and his recent lawsuit? Oh,
that guy. No, I'm staying away from that.
Right? That's oh boy.
Guy's just as nuts as any. Yeah. No.
They're all lunatics.
Yeah. No, I mean the lawyer. The lawyer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Whoa! There goes my router. Hold on. The heck. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Cool Clearwater. Howdy, folk. What's up, Cool Clearwater? Great to see ya.
Good morning.
B9 Mom Bear. What's up? Hi. How's it going?
Good morning.
Yes,
B9 Mom Bear. I'm always afraid I'm going to mess that up, and I never do. So.
Yes. It's all good.
Yeah.
Whenever you see like somebody's name is weird or written different or something, it's always like, wait, am I gonna? Oh yeah, no, it's all right.
Yeah. But then like Maggie K, a normally written name, I mess up like nobody's business.
Oh no.
Good morning, Maggie K. I didn't mean to use your name. I was just saying, using it as an example of me messing up names. That's
right. Let's see. Well, one of the ones that really gets me is when people have those custom license plates that like are supposed to say a word, and then like I'll be behind them and I'll be like, RZ red name, Sean. What?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Right.
What are they doing? Yeah.
Hey, Donna Ray, for $5. Thank you so much. Good morning, Henson Ray. Good morning to you too. You need a longer song clip or a shorter dance?
Doesn't she get another happy dance?
Yes, she does. All right. Here we go. Oh, crap. Let me do that again. All right. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that. Probably more than you'll ever know. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see. B9, Terry Barnes, Highway Star. Yeah. Mr. Cogburn is here. Good morning, everyone. Henson Ray.
Right.
Let's laugh at stupid frauditors. Yes.
Yes. Good morning.
Electroglide 28.
What I mean?
Yes.
Mess up the common names. It's like
Dagnabbit.
Good morning, Electrified.
Let's see who else. Donna Ray, Cool Clearwater. Oh, look.
Stefan.
Great to see you as always. Chuck is here.
Good morning.
Yes. Jason D. see, Tiny Rooster, Quickly Runner. Oh, we got a 3. Oh, go ahead.
He's busy at the moment, so I think he had to go out and get him, another lawyer.
Yeah, real lawyer with someone who passed the bar. David E. Persons, a member for 3 months. If we go to Frauditor Palooza, will we be in commerce? That's right. We're going there for business reasons to make our YouTube video. Here's your happy dance, David. All right. Yes.
So you'll be driving, not traveling, because you'll be in commerce.
Speaking of which, guys, I don't know, because I think it was on Doc's show that I said it. Yeah, it was on Doc's show. So a lot of you probably might not have heard it. I don't know, or anyone who wasn't there or didn't see it. In his comment section on his channel, John Felix actually said that he would, if I paid, of course, he would give me an invitation, because it's invitation only. He'd invite me if I was willing to pay the $100. And it's like, but to get the invitation, you have to give them your personal, private, actual information. Well, so it's like, yeah.
It doesn't have to, well.
Yeah. Like, we can go anyway and cover it as a news story, because it is, legitimately.
It is.
Yeah. First ever First Amendment Auditor convention, whatever meeting.
Palooza, yeah. So the first annual Loser Palooza. I mean.
Yeah. Hey, the biggest room full of unemployed people you've ever seen.
That's what I said, Jason. It's against the Fourth Amendment for him to be asking your name and your phone number in order for you to buy a ticket. Yep. Shouldn't be a requirement for you to buy a ticket for him to ask your name.
Yep. And what he was responding to, because when he made the announcement, he kept talking about how, don't worry, guys, there won't be any problems. We're going to have security forces there. I put in the comments, but I know that your security is only going to observe and report, right? And then his response was, well, I could send you an invitation. And it's like, yeah, right, buddy. I'm not going to give you my personal information and pay you $100. No. Let's see. Donna Ray, Highway Star, David E. Persons. Lisa Alcazar is here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, Lisa Alcazar. How do you do?
Good morning, Lisa.
But that's against the Fourth Amendment. Yeah.
But you say your name in every video you make. So they already have your name.
Oh, that's right. Alan Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to have security there. Bets they won't leg you in. Right?
If he has a ticket, they have to let him in.
Yeah.
Sean F. Kennedy, Washington, D.C., 202-456. No, I was going to say give them 773
202
Luna.
Yeah. Oh, that's great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Oh, dearie, dear. Whew. So, what a weekend, guys. It was actually really cool for me, because it's normal on the weekends, like, for my daughters, because they're a little bit older, they're teenagers, especially the oldest one. She's like almost 20. So she's like just living her own life, doing her thing. And then my other daughter, she's going to be graduating high school soon. The boys, they come every weekend. Usually my daughters drop them off, hang out for a little while, and then the girls leave and just leave the boys here for the weekend. But this weekend, my younger daughter was here too. So I had the 3 of them, the 2 boys and her. And it was really cool spending the weekend with the 3 of them. But it also put me in a position where I barely even touched my computer at all. We were playing board games. We were playing cards. We were having fun. We went shopping. We did all this stuff. And it was great. I helped my son with his homework. I read him a book, all these wonderful things. But ultimately, I don't know, besides dropping in docs for a little while, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, I haven't even been on the internet. But it was a lot of fun. I love making up for all that quality time with my kids. Because again, those of you who follow know that that's the whole reason I came back up here, to spend more time with them. So I'm so glad I did. But I don't know. Wait, this is the phone number to call to get tickets. Did we call flood it? I mean, don't call the number. Like they always say, right? Oh, don't call. Oh,
I don't think there is a number. I think you have to email him if you want to go.
Here's the thing. You have to email him and give him your real name and phone number. And then once he gets the $100, supposedly your phone number is your ticket to get in. To verify that that's your number, and that's how you get in. But again, he won't do that.
Well, what kind of guarantee do you have that he's not going to oversell and you don't get in? If it's just based on your name and phone number.
Or that it's even going to happen at all.
Right. I don't think it's going to actually happen, but yeah.
Yeah, Greg. So the story with the Saturday show was that the whole thing with the Saturday show was that it was me and Frauditor News Network, me and Cupcake. It was our show. Because of her medical issues and what's been going on with her, she's no longer able to do it on a regular basis. So already half of the show is gone. And it's not really just my show. It was our show. And then now that I have my kids every weekend, it got to a point where doing the Saturday show just seemed like it's just not a thing anymore. It's not, we canceled it. And it was because one, Cupcake can't do it anymore. And the Saturday show was always me and her. Like that was the whole point of it. So already it's like, it isn't the same without her, because it's our show and without her in it, of course, Ray always did a fantastic job of co-hosting when she was up there and able to, and it was all good, but it's just, the show was me and Cupcake. It was our show. So without her, it's not the same. And again, now that I have my kids here every weekend, it's like, I'm trying to squeeze that in by myself and take care of them at the same time. So from now on, I'll still do an occasional Saturday stream, but the regular weekly Saturday show, yes, has been canceled. I apologize. So yeah. So how was your weekend?
Well, yesterday I had to stay in bed again tonight. I got swollen up again, so I just slept most of the day yesterday. I don't have any idea what's going on in Frauditor world.
Right.
So any videos we play are going to be blind react from me. I don't know what the heck's going on with it.
All right. So right off the bat, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get yourselves first time initial reactions because neither of us have seen any damn videos over the weekend. So we don't know what I know what we're going to show today, but I haven't seen any of them before. So it's going to be fascinating. But in the meantime.
Except for this one that I have here. That one.
Yes. Yes. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, where is it? He said something about it earlier. Anyway, Highway Star, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with a new short by the one and only Highway Star.
Guys,
all right.
I just noticed something very, very interesting. Good advice or what?
No working during drinking hours.
That's great advice. It's really good advice. I would take that advice.
Yep. And that's funny too, because I never even paid attention to that before. I didn't know that those kind of chalkboard messages were even a thing. But then I saw just a bar just over here where they have a chalkboard in front. And the other day it said adult daycare.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Let's see.
I saw adult daycare. I saw leave your husbands here while you go shopping. Husband daycare, things like that. I've seen a bunch of different clever sayings out front of those, but that one is actually pretty like one of the most cleverest
yeah.
ones I've seen. One of the more clever ones I've seen.
Yes.
So,
I thought it was too. That was great.
yeah, and congratulations, Highway Star here. You're getting quite the views on it. So
yes.
it's great. It's great. Hope it brings a lot of traffic to your channel as well.
Absolutely. But are the bar staff working? Well, I don't know. Are they driving or traveling? It depends if they're working. Oh, are the bar staff working? They're working during drinking hours because
well, they're not drinking because they're working. So
right.
Not their drinking hours technically. So I would think they are working.
I'll tell you what though.
Although I've seen bar staff that have been just as hammered as their customers. So I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Reverend Jared Reed. All right. Welcome, Jared.
Well, good morning, Jared Reed. Reverend Jared Reed.
Yes. From Juggernaut to Reverend. Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
That's great. It's good news.
Yes.
Awesome.
So far, subs have increased. All right. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Ow. What's it? I like the portable billboard messages. My favorite. Let the past be your springboard and not your hammock. Ooh, yeah. I really like that. That's wow.
Although if I see one more live, laugh, love, I'm gonna strangle somebody. That has outlived its welcome, I think. And we have $5 from Parson. Godzilla Mice 1 did not live up to the hype. It's better than the hype.
Yes.
Do you know who has been raving about that movie? Do you know who's been raving about it besides you?
Who?
The Lucid Dream.
See?
She must have just seen it because she is raving all over the place about that movie. She is just like, I don't know, she must have fallen in love because, yeah.
It is so good.
I'm just kidding. Thank you for the $5, Carson.
It might be because they just put it on Netflix. Here's your happy dance. All right. All right. Yes. All right, what?
They already put this movie on Netflix?
Yeah. Well, already. I mean, it came out a long time ago. First Godzilla movie ever to win an Oscar. Won an Oscar for Best Special Effects. Yeah.
Oh, Best Special Effects. Okay.
Well, it did. But here's the thing. I didn't see it yet, but I read that some of the people like me who were big fans of it in the theaters were disappointed in the Netflix version because we saw it with subtitles in the theaters, but the Netflix version is dubbed, and they said some of the things got lost in translation and it takes some of the impact of some of the more emotional personal scenes away. But I don't know. I didn't see the dubbed version, but that's what I read.
Yeah, she didn't say anything about that. She just said it was like amazing. So I'm thinking probably not, because if they're saying it's that amazing and it went past the hype, then it couldn't have.
Well, if you didn't see the subtitled version and you only saw the dubbed version, you wouldn't know the difference. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not probably going to watch it either way, so I'll take your word for it. I'll take anyone's word for it because I'm not into Godzilla. So I know, blasphemy. I'm not into it. Okay.
Well, no. That's that's the thing. And I've said this to you before, I'm sure, but because, once that movie came out, I started just talking about it because it was so good. But that's the thing. Like, I understand the Godzilla thing is something that I could understand why people don't like Godzilla, because especially when you watch some of the Godzilla movies from the 60s and 70s, they're silly. A dude in a rubber suit going, jumping around and doing kung fu. It was just weird.
But this wasn't Hollywood. This was somebody. They made it over there in Japan, right?
Yeah, it was made in Japan. Yeah.
Yeah. But I understand what he's saying. I do, because I'm the same. I told you the same thing. I don't see movies anymore because of this. Them just reusing and repurposing and redoing, and just nobody has an
Everything's a
original thought.
sequel or a prequel or a remake. Yeah.
Right. No original thought anymore put into movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
They're making some movies into TV shows. It's like, come on. Somebody
Yeah.
out there, just come up with something original, just one thing, and I'll go to the movies,
Right. Yeah, it looks like nowadays, just like with music and movies, and I've noticed if you look at them historically, they tend to seem to follow the same trends. Today starts the charity live streams about our American Cancer Society fundraiser. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check that out.
Can you post your links, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
But music and movies seem to follow a lot of the similar patterns. And there you go. Yes. And one of them is that now, specifically, it seems like really good music is still out there. And really good movies are still out there. But now you have to find them. You're not just going to turn on your TV and see, or just turn on your radio and just hear really, really good stuff. You got to go out of your way to try and find it.
Right. You have to find it buried somewhere on a streaming service.
Right.
That no studio would pick it up or nothing, because they just didn't think it was going to be $1 billion blockbuster. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Is their bottom line. They care about special effects and, fight scenes and all this. It's like good movies are going to be buried in your streaming services like Netflix and Amazon and all that. So
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. The stuff is out there. It's just you got to find it. Good luck finding it. But yeah, it's the big thing, especially with movies, is they want that movie that they can just grab something to put in the trailer that's going to sell a bunch of tickets opening weekend. And then after opening weekend, when word of mouth spreads and everyone says this movie sucks and nobody sees it ananymore, they don't care as long as they make their money back on opening weekend.
Yeah, when everything good about the movie is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, well,
exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I want to hear, because I've made this point before, though. So I do want to share this, but I just thought of this because we're talking about it. So just a moment, please. I shall return moment.
Uh-oh. What's he going to do? Is he going to do something with Godzilla? He can't copyright it. So, good for me. And I can't be the only one. We can't be the only two of me and Zerzu that don't care for that Godzilla movie or care for Godzilla in general. So, and not everybody has Netflix either. So, I was not toilet break. That's a long time. And we're not playing a video. I can't talk for that long. I'm not that entertaining. I'm
here. I'm sorry. It's just I wanted
on a toilet break. Okay.
No. It wasn't anything like that. I just wanted to grab something because I wanted to illustrate something. What's this? I'll be taking suggestions for a live stream into effect in the next couple of weeks. All right.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Appreciate that.
So this is just an example. I wanted to say, like, streaming services and all that has made it a difference now than what it used to be. But I've heard a lot of people in general say, like, oh, nowadays Hollywood just does remakes and sequels and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I didn't go to the bathroom. I went to grab this because I wanted to illustrate the point that this is nothing new, because the movie Frankenstein came out great. And then in this box set is Frankenstein, and then Bride of Frankenstein, and then Son of Frankenstein, and then Ghost of Frankenstein, and then House of Frankenstein. Like,
hi, King Stu. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up? But the point is, even back then, it was all sequels. The first one came out in 1935. They kept making sequels all the way up until 1945. So 10 years of sequels to the original Frankenstein. So even back in those days, Hollywood was doing what they do. You know, it's not a new phenomenon. I think the difference is that when we think back, we remember the great movies. When we think back, we remember the great songs. But you forget about the 10,000 ones that were garbage because they were garbage, so you don't remember them. But they were there.
Tell me, when's the last great movie that's come out that has not been a prequel, a sequel, or, you know, a remake, you know, of a movie? A remake, a prequel, a sequel, something. Besides John Wick is a sequel, prequel.
Yes,
So,
see, there
so
you
I
go.
can't even say that. So yeah, I mean, besides, tell me, please. Can you think of any?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to remember what was the one after The Lighthouse, because there was The Witch, The Lighthouse, and then his third movie.
That's a third movie. It's a third movie.
Yeah, but it's not a sequel or a prequel. It's 3 movies made by the same director. Well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and then The Witch, and what did I just say?
The Lighthouse.
Yeah, The Lighthouse. That was a great movie. And that was just an original film. Let's see. I don't know.
Oh, well, I'm saying recently, Timo, I know Schindler's List was a fantastic movie that'll go down in history as a
Right.
great movie. I'm saying like in the last, let's just say 5 years.
Let's
Well,
see.
okay, we shouldn't say 5 because the pandemic didn't help things. All right, we'll go.
That's
10.
true. And then there was the writer's strike as well.
Yes. Okay, so we'll go 10 years. We'll go 10 years. To be fair, we'll go 10 years.
All right, let's see. Okay, completely original movies that were good that came out.
You want 5 years? You want 5 years? You think 5 years is fair? Okay, 5 years. We'll do 5. No Googling either.
Well, no, I'm not Googling best ones. I'm like, what movies came out in the last 5 years? I'm trying to remember. Like, I know there's been a lot.
The fact that you can't remember.
The Sound of Freedom. The Sound of Freedom was a good one.
A Very Brady Christmas. Okay.
A Very Brady, what the hell?
Didn't they have a reunion? That's why they had a Very Brady Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. That was a decent.
Good morning, Frauditors Terminator. No, I'm just saying the fact that you have to Google what movies came out, but you could probably name every sequel, prequel, or remake.
Right.
Tells me something.
Yep. Yeah. And like it's funny too, because now that I'm thinking about it, like everything
we're going last 5 years. That wasn't made in the last 5 years. The original Planet of the Apes way back in the day. Yeah, that was good.
Right.
What was War of the Worlds, you know?
Right.
The original, even though Keanu Reeves is sorry.
No, but that's the thing though. Like if the rule is no sequels, prequels, or remakes, then you can't count those because like Planet of the Apes is a remake of Planet of the Apes from the 60s.
Last 5 years were these done?
Hard Candy and Splice. Okay. I haven't seen either of them, so that's something to check out for sure. Yeah.
I've heard of both, but I'm not into I'm into, well, it depends on what kind of horror they are. If they're guts and blood, I'm not into that. But if it's like
psychological
horror thrillers, yeah, I'm into that.
I know.
And I heard of Splice too, but I didn't see it.
Right. But again, and ultimately, in a way, you're kind of just proving my point, actually, because like I said, everyone has heard of and off the top of their heads can name the remakes, the sequels, all the crap stuff. But the good stuff is still out there, but you got to Google it. You got to dig to find it. And you got to mine for it somewhere in some streaming service. Like it's not the mainstream, you know? So yeah,
Massively disturbing for her kid. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to see it. I don't know. Where can I find it? Where can I find it? Is it on a streaming service, or did you have to catch it in a? It's got to be on a streaming service. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you know, it seems to me like these days they don't even bother putting most movies in the theater unless it's a big dumb action movie, because you got the big screen for the big, you know, CGI
Like if
action
it's going to
scenes and all
make
that.
like $100 million, you're not going to bother with it because.
Right. If it's just a character study, let's stick that
Yeah.
on the streaming service, buried under a million other pictures, you know.
Oh yeah, don't forget it has his favorite one, Barbie.
What?
You go to the movie. You went to the movies nearly every week, Hez.
I did,
Nearly
yeah, but I never
every
saw
week.
Barbie.
No, but there's so many movies you're forgetting that you even saw.
Well, yes, but that's why I wanted to get a list of all the movies that came out recently. But the ones that immediately popped into my head were The Sound of Freedom, which I said, and then Renfield, which isn't a remake or anything, but Dracula, Renfield, like it's not brand new. So okay, so that I can't say that. You know, can't say Godzilla. Oh, John Wick. Oh, can't say John Wick.
Can't say John Wick either.
Top Gun. Oh, can't say Top Gun because again, no sequels.
But how many movies did you go through the list every week sitting with me going, oh, I don't want to see that because it's, you know, I don't want to see that because it's, I don't want to see that because it's.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't like prequels. That's what you would say. I don't generally like prequels. How many times have I heard you say that when trying to pick a movie?
Yep. It's true. It's true. Then again, technically -1 is a prequel, so.
Right, but the obscure one, like that wrestling one you saw, I forget the name of it.
Oh yes, that movie was great, but
you came back and said it was really good. Yeah.
Yes, Iron Claw. Iron Claw is absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bringing that up, Ray. When it comes to recent movies, Iron Claw is probably the best one to come out in a long, long time. However, if you don't know anything about pro wrestling, if you don't know anything about the Von Erichs, you could still enjoy the movie. But if you don't know what their story is, the movie, I have to tell you right now, is extremely depressing. It is so freaking sad. I mean, it's a great movie, but it is absolutely, and especially knowing that it's a true story, it's sad. Very, like, I don't want to like give it away, but it's just like if there's a bad thing, it's all just horrible. Horrible. But okay, anyway, what's up?
Well, I wanted to say good morning to people that came in. Brian Showman, Edward Kittiller, there's somebody else, Frauditor, or what's in here? Frauditor Watch, was it? Who'd I see?
Let me get back.
Frauditor Watch. Frauditor Watch was here.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Yep.
All right.
Nightman's wife.
Nightman's wife is here. Good morning.
Fraud Terminator. Timo Kasula.
Yes.
Yes.
I cannot see Saving Private Ryan without. Never mind.
Saving Ryan's Privates.
Saving Ryan's Privates. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
And as soon as that movie came out, everyone started making that joke.
No, there was actually a movie made with that title. I did not see it, but
no, I know.
There was a title, yeah.
But even before that, everyone was making that joke for a while.
Yeah, and we have that. Blazing Saddles will never be remade. No.
Oh, they did do a remake of Blazing Saddles, actually. 4 kids.
I was waiting. There's 4 kids, exactly. You just have to know it was Blazing Saddles, you know? There's a lot of people that did not know it was Blazing Saddles.
I took my kids to the theater.
Exactly. Paws of Fury was Blazing Saddles for children.
I went to the theater That was back when I was going every weekend. The boys were with me in Florida. And we went to see the new kids movie because that's what we did every week. And it was Paws of Fury. And I'll never forget, we're sitting there watching the movie. And as the movie's going, I start elbowing my son because I started realizing it as I was watching it. And I'm like, hey. And my son's like, what? We're watching the movie. I'm like, yeah, but I bet you anything that right now the guy's going to walk in there and this is going to happen. And then sure enough, that happens. I'm like, damn it, I knew it. Like, this is a remake of Blazing Saddles. Mm-hmm. And then when Mel Brooks showed up, I'm like, oh, all right. It's supposed to be. It's not just these guys ripped off the idea. Like, okay, got it.
Yeah, he knew about it. So, yeah.
Right. He was in on it. He's in it. So, yeah. Yeah, instead of a racial.
Otherwise I would have been very upset if they just ripped it off, made a cartoon, and didn't, give anybody any credit or, I would have been very upset.
Yes. But yeah, it was wild because like at first I'm watching it, but as the story's going on, I'm in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, this is just like Blazing Saddles. And that's when I said that to my son, it was almost like I was saying for myself, like I had the theory in my head that it was a remake of Blazing Saddles. So when I said to him, I bet you when this guy walks into here, this is going to happen. And then that happened. Yep. This is. And then, like I said, a few minutes later, Mel Brooks came on or did a voice. So I'm like, oh, okay. It really is like literally a remake and Mel Brooks is doing it. And okay, whatever. But yeah, again, like I have all these movies you saw recently. You can't remember any of them, but the whole point was no remakes, no sequels, no prequels. So,
Yeah, but look at all these people that are like saying, hey, look, like there's this movie, and other people are like, oh, never heard of it. Because why? Not
right.
Theaters. Yeah.
Our whole point. Good stuff is out there, but you have to go out of your way to find it. They're not going to stick it in front of you. You got to go dig for the good stuff. Like
we were saying, Hollywood is not doing that. Hollywood is just remaking, stop it. They used to take chances on people. They used to take chances on directors. They used to take chances on writers. They used to take a whole bunch of chances, movies would lose them money all the time.
Yep.
And it didn't seem to matter. Now it's just bottom line. But that's every business now, but it's disappointing. Well, it's very disappointing.
Right. Well, I think it's a combination of a couple things because in the 70s, one of the things that made the 70s and especially the 80s were probably the best decade for movies overall.
Yeah.
But one of the things that made that happen was, the 80s were a result of this. Well, every decade's a result of what happened the decade before. But specifically what happened in the 70s was in the 60s. Like, I mean, you could name on one hand all the movies that made a profit in the 60s. 2001: A Space Odyssey, what else? Sound of Music, the one with the hippies on the motorcycles. What the hell? Anyway, the 60s, Joe, whatever. The 60s were a horrible time for Hollywood. They lost so much money so fast that all of the studio heads and producers started to become desperate. They didn't know what to do, and they realized, they understood, you know what? We know how to make money, but we don't know how to make movies. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know. And this goes back to what you were just saying. They're like, I don't know. Let's just hire these kids out of film school and just give them money, let them do whatever they want. So who are we going to do? I don't know. This Spielberg guy. There's George Lucas guy, Francis Ford Coppola. Okay, go ahead, make The Godfather. Okay, go ahead, make Jaws. Okay, go ahead, make Star Wars. Oh, who's this guy? Stallone. Okay, go ahead, make Rocky. They didn't know. So they took chances on all these people. And then you get movies like Mean Streets and Taxi Driver and, Star Wars and Rocky and all these movies that were big, huge hits in the 70s at the studios. Easy Rider. That was the one, Ron. Thank you. And okay, yeah, Jason. Yeah, everyone said Easy Rider the second I said that. Nightman's Wife, hippies on motorcycles. Yeah. I got the Easy Rider DVD right there, but I can't see it from here.
No, did you understand what I'm saying? Like they used to take chances. They used
Right.
to basically like they'd get a screenplay from some obscure writer and okay, let's do this. Let's make it, you know, and then that would
Right.
turn either into a very big blockbuster or it wouldn't. But it didn't
Yep.
matter. They would take the chance. They'd
Right.
take a chance on a director. They would take a chance on a movie. They would just take the chance, and now they won't. They just play it too safe.
Yep. And honestly, it's the same thing with music for the most part. You know, popular music is all the cookie cutter, you know, auto tune, same basic structure
Yeah.
of every song. You know, nobody's doing anything different or interesting.
Well,
or
no,
original.
then now if you want to break into music and you are different, you got to start on social media. You got to get yourself out there. Just like if you're a writer, you got to self-publish.
Right.
You're a singer or a band, you got to get out there through social media. You got to put yourself out there. You got to promote yourself. I mean, that's just the
Yep.
way it is, you know.
Yeah.
That's how it goes these days. Social media, you got to do it yourself.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, well.
I don't know.
AI is dominating pop music. Yeah, what a nightmare. Mole in a hole. What's up? Good to see you. Here, let me get out of the chat. Sorry. I'll go back into my happy dance. All right.
God damn them if they ever do. They better not ever touch movies like E.T. They better not.
Already did.
They what?
I don't know if you even
Talking
know
about-
about. Oh, no, go ahead. What were you saying?
What are you talking about?
They re-edited E.T. and re-released it.
No, I meant if they
Where they
remake
erased all the guns. They took all the guns out of it. Oh, like actually remake it. Okay.
yeah. If
That
they,
would be horrible.
no, like or do a sequel or I don't know how they would do a prequel. What are they gonna do? Film him on his planet? But
Yeah.
I'm just
But
saying
no,
they leave it alone. They took
all the
guns
guns out of it and replaced it with walkie-talkies. Like all the
Why?
guys that are wearing guns have walkie-talkies, or if they're carrying a gun, they have a walkie-talkie in their hand.
Why? Was there a crowd of
And,
women
and
who
they-
had nothing better to do that complained?
and they took out the puppet alien and replaced it with the CGI alien. They did that a long time ago.
I
And
didn't know that. I could have gone my whole life without knowing that. Good morning, Friday Roundup. I could. Why do they do this? Why do they?
yeah. But unlike Lucas, when he got backlash from it, like Lucas, when he got backlash for the prequels and the re-editing the original Star Wars movies, he doubled down on it and released the Blu-ray where there were even more changes. While Spielberg, when he got the backlash for ET, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll re-release the original. I'm done. Sorry. I'm never doing that again. That was a bad mistake. He admitted that was, he shouldn't have, you shouldn't mess with that. Because like the example that I like that a lot of people used to use would be like, look at any like classic painting, right? The artist doesn't come back later and change it after everyone in the world falls in love with it as is, you know?
Yeah, because did somebody complain that there was too many guns in it?
It's supposed to be for kids. You don't want guns in a kid's movie. Yeah.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Anyway,
Yes.
let's do what we're here to do. Let's watch
Yes.
the Alien to go in libraries and town halls and stuff. Let's watch that
Well,
form of Alien.
Didn't you have a video? A body cam video?
Oh, I do. Yes. I have a
Yeah.
body cam video from, I think it's Columbus Body Cam. Let me make sure I get the name right. Oh, come on. My mouse is being a dick this morning. It is from Columbus Police Area Body Cam. I mean, Columbus Police Body Cam. I will put their link in the chat. It is of a man who breaks into a car and then falls asleep or passes out. Take your pick.
In the car he broke in.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be great. Let's go ahead and get that queued up.
All
Woohoo.
right. Here we go.
Hey, dude. Up and out. Come on. Out. Out. Get.
The star of today's video is a man named Matthew Andrews. This will be the third time appearing on the channel for being arrested while breaking into vehicles.
Why don't you take the cuffs off and let's get you? Take your little badge, your little belt, and everything.
You
off.
wouldn't last 2 seconds if I took your cuffs
You're a
off.
bitch.
They were just off you, so why
Take
don't
your
you
belt,
shut the fuck
take
and
your
go
belt
to
and
the
your
car.
badge off now.
Go to the car.
Take your belt and your badge off now.
How you doing, buddy? That's it, I'm out with you. Take your hand out of your pocket for me, bud.
Taking this?
Okay. Step over here with me. Have a seat on my bumper. Put your drink down. That's it, I've got it in front of 287 West Park.
Today's video features Mr. Andrews breaking into a car and passing out inside. A quick search of the Franklin County Court's webpage shows that Mr. Andrews has been arrested at least 50 times over the last 10 years. 43 of those arrests have been for misdemeanor offenses. 7 of them were for felonies, including robberies and burglaries. When you see his record and the history of light sentences that were handed down by the court, you'll understand his sense of entitlement and the reason he keeps committing crimes.
Somebody broke into my vehicle and they broke my window and they're inside there right now. I can see them moving. It looks like they were sleeping, but they're awake now and they're moving. They broke my window. I think it's a male. ¿Es hombre, amor? Yeah, it's a man.
Hello. Still in there? He's like passed out. Yeah, go ahead and unlock it. Well, Jack, we're gonna take him out this way. There's a car seat over there. There's a car seat on, well, he's in the middle between the 2 car seats. Okay. Just wait till Gorge gets here and then we'll yank him out. Gorge is a long way off. Oh, is he? All right. Good stuff with the green dude. Try to wake him and shake him out. Hey, dude. Up and out. Come on. Out. Out. Get out. On the ground. Anything on you, dude? What? Paraphernalia? Any needles? I appreciate you telling me that.
No.
Are you ODing?
No.
Okay, we'll get to that, ma'am. Okay, let us at least get him out of your yard, okay? Where's all this paraphernalia?
24.
Yeah.
Right, stand up.
We have 1 custody. Could you start at 29? Still breaking in the cars all night.
Oh, I wasn't breaking in cars all night.
A lot of change.
Oh no. It might mean that.
What's that?
It might mean that.
Might be what?
It might mean that.
In the cigarette box?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you being honest with us. You got ID on you, buddy?
No.
No?
Not coming in here.
Wait. Okay. All right. No, I do. I told you. I appreciate you being honest with me. Okay. We're sleeping in somebody's car here. We got some trying to figure out what's going on, right? Okay.
I'm tired running, dude.
Long night. Okay. All right.
Bust the window, got in, went to sleep.
What's that?
I bust the window, got in, went to sleep.
You said you busted the window and just got in to go to sleep? All right. You got a bag. I got. This pocket has probably $20 in quarters in it.
Do you have one?
Yeah. If you in the back by the clipboards, there should be some plastic ones on the left.
Hey, Bobby. You alright? No, I haven't felt any worse, dude. I'm tired of running.
I remember you, man.
Tired of running.
Yeah, I got you.
Shorts. It's thunder.
So wait a minute. Is this like he broke in the car to sleep in a car?
No, this guy is such a frequent flyer. I've seen him on this channel before, believe it or not. He has a habit, a nasty one, of breaking into cars to steal things out of them. And I guess this is just where he hit the wall and he passed out while he was
Like maybe tired or drunk or something and got in the car.
He takes, he's
Okay, so yeah, so there was something else going on. Yeah,
in his system. Yeah, he has stuff in
right.
his system. Let's just say that. So yeah, he's been on this channel before. And like they said in the beginning, the judges have a history of giving him such really light sentences when he gets caught.
Right.
So like he has a sense of entitlement, like they said. So he goes out and he keeps doing it over and over and over again. I mean, crazy amount of times. So yeah, this isn't the first time he's been caught in a car, like inside of it. So yeah, he just passes out or he goes to sleep and he doesn't care. Yeah.
Wow. That's see, that's we've discussed this before, but when I see stuff like this, I start thinking, I think I would just in general like to start covering more, not just the frauditor stupidity, but like dumb criminals in general. Like stuff like this is just, oh, come on, guy. Like, had stole a kiss from Cripple Cat. Holy crap, hammer sandwich sauce. I didn't know anything about that. Well, you're not supposed to know anything about that, Artie. No, that's just... she's...
Yeah. He needs to get attorney shield, this guy.
Yes.
Because he could have, when he woke up, just called and said, I'm going to need you guys again. And they'd have been like, God damn it. All right.
Right. Oh, that would have been hilarious if he pulled out a trifold.
Yeah.
You're sleeping in this. They're searching his pockets. What's this? They pull out a chili trifold.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wasn't traveling. I wasn't in commercial. I was sleeping.
And between car seats too. That's the thing that gets me. Is this car had the car seats in the back? He just like snuggled in between them. Like, all right,
yeah,
like a good spot. So what's wrong with you? Obviously, something's wrong with this guy. Like he obviously was not in his right mind to think this is okay, But like you said, I've seen him on this channel before. He's always getting in trouble. He's always
right. Oh, the stupidity on display. All right, let's see what else he has to go to say to do. Relax.
What is it? Can you get that one number right now on me on that phone?
We'll work on it, man. First, we're gonna do is get you in a car, okay? But you got so many things in your pockets. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss any other crack pipes or anything else that's gonna poke, stick, hurt me. What's your first name again? Who?
Matthew.
Last name? Andrews. Should be on the bottom. What you doing up here now? Just Here, actually, let me bump it around. Face that way. I gotta check your. Yeah. Release all the redistricting. I got it. I'll loose them. I'll fix them. Okay.
Just the right one.
I got it. We had to put them on pretty quick. Just relax. Quit moving. Well, it didn't look like it. Okay. So.
What do we got?
I saw that. I did. I saw that. The most ridiculous thing I ever. I believe it's probably like a Reagan Benson type thing. Yeah.
Oh man, why did they?
Yeah.
So many of these people trying to turn this stuff into a business. Well, I'm an LLC. You got to get my attorney shield, and
yeah, this is supposedly going to be a nonprofit to help veterans get mental help and attorneys if they need it, something like that. I don't know. I didn't read it too careful because I think it's probably another scam.
Hey, you know what we should do? We should start a charitable organization, a nonprofit organization to help single men with 4 kids and terminally ill women. Just donate all your money. Well, basically, I just basically described us, you and me. Let's start a charity to help this.
You know what? If somebody really wanted to start something like that to help veterans, because like I said, I don't know if it was here or somewhere else, that I said that I don't think they get enough support when they come back. Somebody wanted to do that, I would be all for it. But these two, they go through life just not serious and scamming everybody. How do you take these two seriously? Tell me how I'm supposed to do that, and then I will.
See, that's one of the biggest problems with all of these guys that we talk about is that even if you give them the benefit of the doubt, even if something they do is like legitimately trying to actually do something good, being who they are and dedicating their lives 7 days a week to being douche canoes, how am I supposed to believe that you stopped being a douche canoe for long enough to do this? And how am I supposed to trust you and believe you when you still all day, every day are out there filming yourself being a punk? I'm supposed to believe you're not anymore, at least for that one thing.
Yeah. Glenn Serial must be going nuts or something. He sent me a copyright strike a couple of days ago, then retracted it less than 24 hours after the counterclaim was approved. Well, it's Glenn Serial.
Yeah.
Is he going nuts? I do believe something's been up with him for a long time. So, but I'm glad he retracted it. I can't even begin to guess what's going on with that guy.
He's like from another.
Yeah.
Like his.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say that in the center, you have your guys that, and it's weird because there's some of the, like, because you have the worst on each side, but it seems like the middle is also where the majority of like the Anselmo types or the Long Island audit types, the ones that there's not something wrong with them. They're not like audit them crazy or like Glenn Serial crazy. They're normal people who are just punks, you know, and filming themselves but they know damn well what they're doing and they just don't give a shit, you know?
That's why and they want us to trust that they're, where's this channel?
It's auditing the USA.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, hey, you want to check that out after this? Or?
I'm going to get it right now. So if you want to keep playing the video.
All right, so we'll let this body cam play, and then we'll check out the brand spanking new Glenn Serial video. Yippee! Ugh. We haven't seen it yet. He just apparently posted it, so we'll see what it is. But
15 minutes ago. Yeah.
Right on. All right. In the meantime, body cam.
I'm not taking any chances, all right? We didn't hurt you, so you're all right. Hold on, just relax.
You hit me with the pipe, ain't you?
I hit you with a pipe?
No, I said you're on.
We'll talk about it, buddy, all right? All right. He does. He seems like he's not in and out. Did you? I got here. Relax your hands. I got the medics here. Did you use?
No, I don't need it.
Okay. You don't need one at all?
No, I don't need a fucking medic.
Okay, dude. I don't know why you're getting so weird up. We're doing it for your own protection and good, man. I want to make sure you're not going to OD in the back of my car.
I know.
That's what I'm worried about. Okay.
I know it. I'm fucking tired.
I get. Okay, man. I get it. Matt, buddy, what's your social? He broke this lady's window out, climbed in her car, and was sleeping in it.
Okay.
They tried to wake him. He's like on the nod, you know.
Yeah.
When we got there, he was still. He says he doesn't need a medic. Claims he didn't use. He's just tired. Okay. I just don't want him to OD in the back of my car.
Right. Okay.
So. I'm assuming you can open the door. I'm assuming it didn't look like this. He rooted through all this stuff. He has a bunch of change in his pocket. Did you have change in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a lot? What's that?
I was telling him that they took all the coins that I had.
Coins? Well, I got them. We'll give them back to you.
There's the same. That's his fourth one.
All right. So, question for you, ma'am. Do you want to press charges for the damage? Okay. So we will charge him with the criminal damaging and the theft, I guess. Sounds like he's got some felony warrants anyways. He's going to go to jail regardless. Unfortunately, your car was the last one, I'm guessing, of a long night of breaking in cars, and you wanted to fall asleep in. So basically, you came outside, you saw the bag, and you're like, that's weird.
And I went to put it by the curb and saw that the window was broken and looked in and
There he was.
seen there was somebody in there.
Okay, and then you call right away, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to charge him with theft, damage to your car. So he's going to get charged, he's going to go to jail. Through court, they could do a restitution to help pay for your window, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, he's a drug user, he's a known thief, he doesn't really have anything to give you.
Yes.
Cupcake.
It's already time for the cupcake dance. All right.
1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute.
All right.
And I'm just going to say this. If any of you trolls that are going to come in here and put somebody's real name in the chat, you're going to get blocked. Okay? So I'm going to say. What?
No, I thought you were still.
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost time for the cupcake happy dance. Well, what I was thinking, so I'll say it now while we're waiting with that video we were just watching. The whole idea, like when you think about the attitudes of it's time, here we go. All right. Okay. Ole, all right. Excellent. The attitudes from the people we always talk about, we always talk about Coffee Talk with Linda Richmond. We always talk about like the Frauditors, the Southsets, the Moors, all them. And their attitude would, in my head, I'm thinking like what their commentary would be watching this video. And I could almost guarantee it would be like, see, that cop asked for his social security number. He's violating his rights, his Fourth Amendment. How dare he do that to this poor, sweet, innocent drug addict who didn't do anything wrong except for break this lady's window and sleep in her car. All he was doing was sleeping. Oh, and he stole her money. So what? Like those cops have no right to treat him that way. Like, we'd be better off without cops. Yeah, it'd be better if she would have just like had some nut stealing her stuff and then that's it. And then she gets nothing because her window's broke, and screw it, because what is she supposed to do? You know, just pull out a gun and shoot them? Like,
you're supposed to let them sleep in your car. You're supposed to let them break into your car. You're supposed to let them sleep in it. You're supposed to actually provide them with a blanket and a pillow and make sure they're comfortable. And then when they wake up, you give them breakfast and you send them on their way. You don't call the police. What's wrong with you?
That's right, because those tyrants are going to violate his rights by asking for his ID and running them for warrants. Oh, what horrible! See, they're fishing for a reason to throw him in jail. Yeah, that's all that was.
All these Fourth Amendment violations are just racking up with this unlawful arrest.
Asking them questions. They asked them questions. That's a violation of the Fifth Amendment.
And
you don't ask somebody questions.
Didn't they solicit her to file the charges by asking her if she wanted to file the charges?
Yeah, see how many violations these horrible, evil, vicious tyrant cops made against this poor, sweet, innocent guy? Yeah, it's like I was just, as we were watching it, I was just thinking, like, what would they be saying right now? And it's like finding so much wrong.
Well,
no
Graham,
one give out.
You willingly put your name out there. Blackheart Knight doesn't. Okay. No, this is not in Portland. This is in Columbus. This is in Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio.
Good morning, Ancient Chart Music and Art.
What's up? Hey, what's high? What's round on the sides and high in the middle? Ohio. What's a rhyme wrapped up in a riddle? Ohio.
Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, let's get back to it.
That makes sense. But that's how the process would work. I'm just trying to set your expectation. Don't think that they're going to issue like $1,000. Like, it's reality. But you can file Ohio Victims of Crime. Are you familiar with that? Go to the Attorney General's website, Ohio Attorney General, just Google it, put crime victims, and you can actually apply, and they do have a money set aside for stuff like this, where they can help reimburse you for costs, okay? Because obviously you had your car was locked, so look into that aspect, okay? That's a way to help offset some of that cost, okay? Doesn't help you right now, but at least get you something, okay? All right, any questions for me? No. Thank you. No, you're welcome. Yeah, no problem. What was your first name again? I wrote your name.
Randy, R-H-A.
All right, sir. We are hop out here for a minute, okay? What's that? You got it. Come on out. Come on out, buddy. There you go.
There ain't nothing in there.
I know.
You're searching 500.
I know. I'm gonna search you. We gotta check. I get. All right. I'm gonna follow this off here, okay?
Hey, Matt, sit down for me.
Sit down?
Yeah, sit down for me.
Makes it easier.
Good God, man.
Would you rather stand?
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna get in there and you'll be standing. You'll get your things up.
Okay, it's gonna be 1895 Sullivan, the smoke shop.
Where you been staying? You got an address? The 190 North Central, is that a good address?
No.
Oh, okay. I figured. But you been staying with your girl? No.
I was in base camp making a server living. Not the program server living. I came here and good, but came recently.
Gotcha. Did you have some broccoli last night?
My body hadn't done it in like 4 days.
Really? You got 4 Dr. Peppers in your backpack.
Just a fucking stronger. God, we gotta hurry up.
I know, trust me.
Ooh. Power.
Gassiest person hasn't had anything to eat. If I didn't eat for 4 days, I'd be withering away to nothing.
Be nothing.
Is there, I mean, this is only halfway done. Is there anything else, or is it pretty much just the booking stuff now? Like, should we move on?
I think it's just the booking stuff now. I think we can move on. Yeah, but I think he's withdrawing right there. It's hard to watch. It's like
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's the guy. He's been on here a lot of times for almost the same things, breaking into cars. But I mean, he doesn't go to sleep in them all the time. I think this is like the second time I've seen him get caught for sleeping in a car.
Yeah. Well, and the cop even said in the video earlier, like, oh, he's probably on a long streak of just breaking into cars, and yours happens to be the one that he fell asleep during, you know?
Yeah, because he does that. He'll go all night while he's, with the pipe, and it just happened to be the car that he passed out in. Yeah. They caught him before he passed out in a car. It wasn't the first time he's been on here for that. So usually they just catch him breaking into cars.
Yeah.
So, but you can see him there. He's obviously withdrawing, and
Yeah. But that's the thing too. Like, that does become. It's almost like we've kind of discussed this a little bit before, but in a way, it's like, in some ways, there's a little bit of safety going after some of the people that we do, because we know what like, we know what Long Island Audit's about. We know what Aselmo's about. But a lot of times when we look at these random criminal videos, sometimes like in a situation like this, it's like, obviously he has a problem, a drug problem, and that's what's causing him to behave this way. It isn't just because he's a random idiot,
But, it's not like the courts don't offer help. Do you know what I mean? A lot of courts have drug court. A lot of them will offer you like rehab in lieu of. If you do rehab instead, we'll take away this, we'll do that. There's so much help offered to these people. There's more help offered to criminals than there is to the victim,
A lot of times it's true, yeah.
So I don't know. The older I get, the more I'm having a tough time feeling bad for them. They're actively choosing that lifestyle. There's nobody forcing them. There's nobody twisting their arm. There's nobody saying that you have to do this. You're not to make any changes. You have to keep doing this.
Right.
When nothing but help is thrown at these people, time after time after time. They showed in the beginning the light sentences this man is given.
Right.
Rehab is offered all the time to these people. Nothing but help is offered to them. They're the ones that choose to keep going back out there and living this kind of lifestyle. So I can't say that I really understand addiction at that level. I don't. So maybe I'm wrong, but they are offered help. They could take it. They don't. I don't feel bad anymore for them.
Right. Well, and again, it does go down to, ultimately, in situations like that, it does, like, you can only help someone to the extent that they're willing to accept your help, but ultimately getting in that position in the first place generally is a result of their own bad decisions, you know?
I do understand that a lot of them are self-medicating. A lot of them had issues leading up to it. Yeah, I get that. But you know what? There's help for that. There is so much help available. Now, I understand that mental health is not something that's often discussed. It's an uncomfortable topic. And a
Yes.
lot of people don't know how to reach out for help, don't know how to ask for help. I get it. They don't. So they rather go that route. But when
Right.
you're getting help shoved in your face, literally people leading you down a road of here's what you have to do to get the help. We're literally taking you there. And you're like, nope, nope, nope. And you're fighting them every step of the way. What are you supposed to do at that point? You know?
Right.
I
Right.
don't feel it's like I said, the older I get, and having been a victim twice of crime in my life alone,
Yeah.
I have a hard time feeling bad for them.
Right. Well, no, I completely understand that. And I just meant it in terms of it, for me, it's not easy to just point and laugh, you know,
No,
because
I'm
that's
not laughing.
like
I
like
am
point and
not.
laugh at stupid people is pretty much
No.
it, you know. Like
You're
with
not
them, it's
hearing
more
me
like,
laugh.
there's something actually wrong with this guy. But yes,
Yeah. You're
you
not
know,
hearing me laugh. I'm just saying
no,
this is a
I'm saying for
problem
me, that's
because
yeah,
he's been caught so many times at this, you know, and at this
right,
point, it's got to be stop with the light sentences. Put him in jail because obviously he's not accepting anything they're offering him. He's just,
right,
well, you let me out. I'm going to go back and do this. He's demonstrated that.
yeah.
So
And
put him in
I've seen
jail.
one of the judges I watch regularly, because you know, generally on here I'll do the court stuff of, you know, if I find a Morris offset or whatever. But I do watch, and I've been doing more lately, watching more courtroom stuff, trying to see if I could catch something interesting. But I've been seeing like a lot of these judges will do exactly that. They'll say, all right, look, I'm going to order you to go to rehab and to meet with these guys that'll count and counseling and drug to try and help you through your addiction. And then you got 6 months to do that. And if I find out you didn't, then we're going to
Can
have to
you
lock you
help
up. I don't
someone-
want to lock you up, but we're going to have to if you don't do it, you know?
Can you help someone who doesn't want it?
Exactly.
You
You
can't.
can't.
I think they have to want it. They have to hit their own rock bottom somewhere along the way to want to help, because you're not going to help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. You're just not. They can go
Right.
through the motions, but they're just going to come back out and they're going to go right back to it. They have to want it, I think. And it's somebody there who doesn't want it. So you're looking at
Yeah.
somebody who doesn't want it. So I have a hard
Yeah.
time, you know. Now, if they want it, I'll root for them all the way, 100%. You know,
Yes.
go get the help, get your help, get it. And I'll be rooting for you. But if you don't want
Yeah.
it, and you're going to keep doing that stuff, you're going to keep victimizing people, then I'm not rooting for you.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you to just go to jail and stop victimizing people because
Yep.
you have a problem. People work
Exactly.
hard for their things, you know. People have jobs, they're productive members of society, and they work hard for their things. You shouldn't get to come along and do what you want because you have a problem.
Right. Exactly. And you know, and again, like what you just said, you know, like I mean, even in our own community, like with the Frauditors or whatever, like there's so many people, and in life, like in my personal life, whatever, somebody has a problem like that, and they actually come through on the other end. Hey, come on over. I'll give you a hug.
Yeah.
I'll have you. You're all good. You're part of the family. You know, you always
want
were.
that.
But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we
I
want them to
want
succeed.
people to get help. I want people to be able to get help. I do. There's nothing more important than your mental health. You know what I mean? I want
Yep.
people to be able to get it. But they have to want it. They have to
Right.
reach out for it. They have to accept it.
Yep.
Or else it's not going to work. And they're going to go out like that. I'm not saying everybody with an addiction victimizes people. That's not true. You
Well, no,
can't
not
say
at
that.
all.
There's some people that have an addiction and don't go out and victimize people.
There are people that have major addictions that nobody, even their own family, even know about it.
That's why it's called functioning
Right.
addiction. Yes, because they don't victimize. They work and they handle their addiction privately, you know.
Yeah.
But they don't go out there. I'm not saying everybody with an addiction victimizes, because they don't. So the
Right.
ones that do, like this guy who thinks it's society's problem, he has an addiction and they all need to pay for it. No, not true, sir.
Right. Somebody breaks into your house and starts stealing all. You know what? Honestly, that reminds me. I've actually seen videos, and we've talked about it, I think, on the air before, I've seen videos where people, generally like in your neck of the woods over there in the West Coast, but in general, I've seen videos where people would get victimized by someone. And I have a Hezekiah and Ray addiction and I don't want help. All right, Graham, we love that kind of addiction. That's a healthy addiction.
That's healthy addiction. Yeah.
Yeah. Like me, I'm addicted to oxygen. That's a good thing to be addicted
Right.
to.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. I appreciate that, Graham. But the point I'm making is I've seen videos to where it's gotten to the point nowadays where I've seen people, like, I saw this video, and I think we talked about it. I think you were there too, where somebody like pulled a knife on this guy, so he called the cops. And then when the cops came, they're like, "Oh,
didn't want him arrested."
Right? You're not going to arrest him, are you? The guy was probably really sad and desperate to actually try and stab somebody, and I don't want
help. He needs help. He doesn't need to go to jail. He needs help. Yeah, the guy did not want him arrested, even though he stabbed him.
Right?
It's like, what?
It's
what?
like,
yeah. So there are people that genuinely care. You know, I get it. And like I said, not everybody with an addiction or a problem victimizes. They don't.
Right.
But there are avenues, and a lot of courts have these avenues for you.
Yeah.
Some people actually take the help. You know, I know somebody who did. I won't say who, but I know somebody who did. And well, a couple of somebodies who did. And they're great people. They were great people then. They just needed the help.
Well, we have people.
One of them victimized people, one did not. And that's the difference. You know what I mean? But
Right.
they both took help that was offered to them, just offered in different ways. And they're both great people. You know what I mean? It just took them getting the help to get back to being great people.
Right. Right.
And I bet you if this guy actually accepted the help and went through the process and went through the court system, got help, and got clean, he's probably a great person.
Right.
He's just letting his addiction speak for him right now. And it's a sad thing. It is. It's a sad thing. But he shouldn't be out there victimizing people and expecting to get away with it. That's no.
Right.
That's our court system in action right there.
Well, okay. So now let's bring this whole thing full circle with what you just said, right? Ultimately, what are we talking about? There are problems with the system.
Yep.
There are issues with the system. And what's the argument we make all the time? Going out, filming random people and insulting them isn't fixing any of the problems. But these guys and their fans like to come in our comments and say, well, you guys support all this horrible stuff. No,
we do not.
We hate the horrible stuff. Our problem is that you scumbags are trying to fix it by calling an old lady a horrible, rotten bitch because she's a snowflake. That isn't addressing any issues. The fact that there's a no filming sign on the front door of the courthouse isn't one of the issues. That's a big, huge problem in this country. That's a problem with the government. That's a problem with the cops.
You can be an activist without recording yourself being an activist. There's plenty of things wrong. There's a whole lot of things you could be out there trying to fix.
Right.
We sat here and named 5 of them one day, just me and you talking without even trying.
Yep.
But you don't need to have a camera attached to your face, filming everybody and calling them tyrants if they don't want to be filmed to fix a problem. That's not fixing it.
Right.
Nobody's going to listen to you through all that noise. Nobody's going to hear what you're saying through all that noise.
Exactly. And they're not going to see your point through the pepper spray.
Right. Nobody's going to want to listen to you at all. If that's all you're going to have to say is you're a tyrant because you don't want to be filmed.
Yeah. Or snowflake, or Karen, or bootlegger.
Oh, that's good, Donna. I'm happy to hear that.
Ooh, what was that?
Her motor might get covered under warranty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That would have been a lot of money. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, there's so many things they could be out here doing if they were true activists that would make a huge amount of difference. There's so much wrong. I'm never one that's going to sit here and say there's nothing wrong with our system, that there are not bad apples within every bunch. There are. But
But
the way they're doing it is wrong. You don't go call somebody who's a secretary to the clerk of circuit courts, right? You don't go calling her a tyrant because she doesn't want to be put on film.
right. Well, this is it. Ultimately, this is what it comes down to. It's like, okay, we could talk about problems with corrupt police. We could talk about problems with corrupt judges. We could talk about problems with corrupt lawyers. We could talk about problems with corrupt politicians. We could talk about problems with,
All the way down, all the way up,
all the way down the list, all the way down the list. Way, like, not even at the bottom of the list of not important at all, but not even on the list, but way over here in some other world is a no filming or no cameras allowed sign on the door. And that's what they decided to cling to. And that's what this whole movement is about. Like, that's your thing. With the pages of problems with the government that we could complain about, you picked, there's a no filming sign on the door.
Cool Clearwater, I am all for them gluing themselves to the roads, but not wrecking works of art. Let's not go that far. If they want to glue themselves to the road, they can go ahead and do that. But I'm not for wrecking works of art.
Well,
I'm saying you can be an activist. There's ways to do it without filming. You go in and talk to people that actually can change laws. That have a say in all this stuff that you find to be wrong. If you think there's corruption, go and investigate it, but you don't need a camera to do it.
Yep.
All these FOIA requests they're doing, make it work for you instead of making it useless.
Right. Request something that's actually part of an invest instead of just requesting whatever you can request just to request stuff.
Right. That's why we say it's about this. That's exactly right. That's why we know it's about this.
Exactly. That's it. Oh, man.
Because when I do a FOIA request, it's for a reason.
Yes.
I don't just do it because I feel like doing it. It is for a reason. I want to find something out, or somebody said in one of these videos. I'm like, is that true? I then will FOIA request it.
Yeah. The one time I actually saw somebody actually use one of these on their end, it was audit them. They just want 15 minutes of fame. Yep. It was audit them. And he was posting the results of a FOIA he did, trying to make a point. And I looked at it, I read it, I went through it in the comments and everything. And it was like, so not any kind of investigation or anything. What it was statistics that he FOIA'd of how many times, like, it was a list of a couple things, like how many times within the last year or 10 years or whatever it was, had an officer used physical force on someone. And it was literally the raw numbers. And he's like, see, there you go. I FOIA'd this and I got it. It proves that these cops are all horrible. And it's like, dude, you're seeing police use of force. And then whatever it was, say 200. Okay. So what does that prove? That there were 200 people that were
but
use of their wife and the cop had to pull them off. Like,
yes, exactly. Use of force could be they had to take them to the ground because they were resisting arrest. They used that. That's a use of force incident, though.
Right, exactly. Like, no facts behind any of it, just the raw data, just the numbers. Okay, so what did you prove by FOIAing those numbers and posting them? The only thing he proved is that he could request a FOIA and get it. Nobody ever said you couldn't. I don't understand why your entire life is dedicated to doing something
disingenuous with a FOIA request, though. That's not
right.
That's being disingenuous because he doesn't say this is just raw data. It doesn't include how many of these use of forces were because of this reason, that reason. Like I said, whenever there's a resisting with violence, they have to take you to the ground or whatever. That's considered a use of force. So it has to be reported.
And how come he didn't FOIA the information on how many of those cases was the force found to be justified?
Justified, exactly. Which would be most of them, because, like I said, if they're resisting with violence, they have to get you in cuffs. They have to some way get you in cuffs, and that's considered a use of force.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's very disingenuous. That's not the correct way you get a FOIA. I mean, that's oh my gosh. Okay, anyway.
Well,
Go on
that's
for
the
hours
thing.
about how that guy is just, good morning, unclean.
Well, hey, good morning, unclean. Yes. Well, yeah, my latest video, the one where he's bat crazy boy or whatever.
Well, he's saying he's not that guy, right?
Yeah, but even in the video,
We know he's him.
there's no question, because even in the video where he's denying it, even in the video itself, he says, and now I'm going to do audit them, my next door neighbor. Like, yeah. Right. Like,
that guy's, in one sentence, he said that somebody made 4 videos about him, and then the next sentence it said, but then he took down all 6 videos. It's like, you can't even lie properly 2 sentences from each other. It's like,
yeah. Well, the thing with that too that really gets me is like, he said that he was going to do it. He made the announcement it was going to happen, and then it did. But to me, I actually was fascinated by it, and one of the reasons I wanted to cover it isn't just because it illustrates just how crazy Audit Them actually is, but it also is a window into his thought process, like how he thinks that we're so stupid that we're actually going to believe that that's legit and that it's not him. Like, he really honestly believes that we're that dumb.
He thinks all of us bootlickers are stupid and that we're like, I don't know, somewhere from the devil. I want to answer her on this. He just wants to get denied so he can try and get a paycheck for turning a city into the state. It's a childish power trip. First of all, in Illinois, you don't get paid for something like that. And it's a request, not a demand. They can turn you down for a FOIA request. Plus, in Illinois, there are some that actually know that you have to go to the public body that holds those records. So when he goes in somewhere and says, like if he goes to a police station to try and get records from a comptroller for something, he actually is supposed to be going to that comptroller because they'll return it to you faster and you can say, boo, say this is not the right place. Now, if they're nice enough, they'll say, here's where you're supposed to send it. But most of the time they don't because they don't have time for that.
Yep.
So trust me, I looked up the law on it to see if they were correct in doing that, and they are in Illinois. So,
and another
saying that you're supposed to forward this for me is incorrect.
Yeah,
there would be no paycheck involved, and he isn't even a FOIA official there. Illinois doesn't have them,
right?
So,
another thing that you, out of what you just said right now, another thing that brings up a very important point that all of these douche canoes will always say is, like, these city workers, these county workers, whatever, especially in a place like Cook County, Audit Them called me. Really?
How do you get it?
Yeah, how do you get your number?
Your cell phone.
Oh, man, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Did you call him when he was doing one of those, you could call me and ask me anything things?
Oh, and that's how he got your number? Because you had, could be.
Yes, this is true. He copies him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Italian terminate. Yeah.
Yep.
Big
copies
time.
him in Long Island Audit. You don't know how he got your cell phone?
Wow.
So I know Tyrant Terminator does those things every Sunday or he was doing them. I don't know if he still is, where you could call him. And he'll like he answers you, like you can ask him questions.
Yeah.
And I know that takedown exposing frauditors called him 1 week, but he did it from a Google phone number, not his
Right.
own. And yeah, he had him going for a while. So Tyrant Terminator figured out that he was a bootlegger,
Right.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, one of the things that you mentioned is like, what I was saying is like these city workers, especially in a place like Cook County or whatever. Hey, Florida Jim, what's up?
Good morning.
Anastasia, what's up? But especially like in a place like Cook County, they have so much work on their desk. They're so busy doing all of this stuff that when you come in, especially into the wrong office, intentionally going into the wrong office just to prove your point about FOIA requests and how they have to do it, even if it's the wrong office and they have to hand deliver it for you.
Not in Illinois. That I know.
But the point is, these people are so busy that they don't have time to do that for you because they're trying to work. But when you come in and they say they don't want to do that, you look at their comment section and the frauditors and their fans are all like, look at these lazy workers. We pay them just to sit there and not do anything all day. And that's why they're not helping them, because they're just lazy. No, they're not helping them because they're too busy working to worry about stopping doing what we pay them to do, to serve the idiot with the camera because they have a camera. Like, how do they not see that? It just blows my mind.
Right, Edward, he does. He intentionally goes to the wrong office just so he can sit there and say stuff like that. And there's been a few times where they're like, no, we don't have to, where the FOIA officer is actually known their statutes, like that one lawyer in Cook County where she was, snotty with them, nasty to him.
Which is great stuff, by the way. I love that video. I think I covered it.
Yeah.
And then there was that one audit them video I did where I showed he picked up a FOIA request that was like thicker than a phone book. It's like, how much of taxpayer dollars, time, energy, resources were wasted to fill that request for him so that he can just make a video of him picking up that, like.
But there's so many that he doesn't even go back for.
Right.
So many that he never goes back for. The only way he goes back is if he wants to do like a follow-up.
Right.
That's it.
And then him and his fans will say, look at these lazy workers that don't want to do anything and just take our money for them to sit behind their desks and do nothing. That's not what they're doing back there. It's because they're not bending over backwards to lick your boots. That makes them lazy. That makes them
because they're trying to tell you the proper procedure and you get nasty with them and tell them what they have to do. They're going to respond. Anybody who's human is going to respond to you telling them they're garbage or they don't know what they're doing or whatever. I mean, it's human nature to be less polite if somebody's standing there doing that to you.
Right. Exactly. But you got to remember, no human being is allowed to have any emotions or any feelings.
They're supposed to be robots. I forgot. Yeah, robots standing there. How may I help you, sir? Right. Yes, thank you for the education on what I am supposed to do, even though that is not what I am supposed to do.
Yes.
Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning. Great to see you.
Yeah, but so it really grinds my gears. So they're telling him that is not what I have to do. Like when he's like, this must be prominently displayed. No, it is online. It is online prominently displayed. Anybody could go online and see this information. Nope. It says here, it must be prominently displayed in. Really? Where? Yeah. Please show me where it actually says that in the law.
Well, you know what is this? Now, this was specifically a Tyrant Terminator video, but it's one of my favorites because it's a perfect example of how we know for a fact these guys are disingenuous. I saw, and I talked about it on the show. I showed it. I saw one of his videos once where literally it was prominently displayed, and he was like filming everything on the walls. And then when he filmed the prominently displayed FOIA stuff, he immediately like didn't say anything and just turned the camera away. It's almost like, oh, I don't want my audience to see that they actually did do that. I have to go in there and cause a ruckus. So I'm not gonna, you know.
And then when he's told about it, he's like, oh, I must not have seen it. Even though it was right there next to everything else he was filming.
And you filmed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, they're so disingenuous. It's like they should all be wearing a name tag that just says that, hi, my name is disingenuous.
Did somebody just mention lucid dream?
Yes.
Because I just happen to have my next video on deck is a lucid dream video. So what a segue. You want to go ahead and check that out?
I do.
All right. Boom. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Frauditor educated on the law by the one and only. Boom. Hit that like button. Oh, no. I just. Oh, wait. The closed captions are on from when the kids were here last night. All right. When we do movie night, since my TV's in Florida, we watch everything on my laptop, but my built-in speakers on the laptop aren't very loud. So whenever we do movie night with the kids, and we did movie night last night and the night before, they always turn the closed captions on so that if they can't hear it, they can at least see what the people are saying. Okay. So I had to turn the closed captions off. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, lucid dream. Let's check it out.
Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and this one we're going to be talking about a frauditor I haven't mentioned on my channel before, simply because the situation makes me very sad, not for the frauditors, but for the child that's involved. We are going to be talking about Auditors of America, and we're going to look at a couple of different video clips. First and foremost, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. Without you, I would not be here. So as always, every day, thank you. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Remember me from over right? Yeah.
I said hi when we went by. I know, I said hi.
Well, I wasn't going to interact with you guys, but I have to interact with you slightly. No trouble, no nothing like that. But the sign has to go. Just put the sign.
You're in the park?
Welcome to Clarksville. It is Riverfest, the final one.
And also,
I am
they're
so
not
happy
allowing
that you guys are
coolers
here. It is a
in
beautiful
park
day,
during the
beautiful
event.
weather.
Stuff last year, stuff like that. They don't want outside
all of our
alcohol coming in and
sponsors.
things like that.
So, big thank you to
Do you mind if I check it out? Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Also, 5-star media group and Black Horse Brewery bringing
I didn't know that, though. I mean,
no, I know.
There might have been a show.
Like I said, nobody's in trouble. The other thing is the sign.
Okay.
God,
Okay, eye contact on that one.
If
Be
you could do
safe
that, I'd
today.
greatly appreciate it.
Also, big thank you to
Wow.
How you doing?
Fuck you, dude. You may think it's a joke, dude. Yeah, let me get you on camera saying that if I open that sign again, I'll be kicked out of here.
Hey, do not use any bad words here. No problem.
What?
If you use one more time, I'll put you in handcuffs.
You have to have a complainant.
Right.
Get up off me, dude. You have to have a complainant.
Put that cigarette down.
You have to have a complainant.
Put the cigarette down.
I'm in a public park, man.
You cannot smoke in the park.
Where's the signs?
Let me show you the sign. Come over here.
There has to be posted everywhere, not in one place.
Keep moving.
What's your name and badge number? What is your name and badge number? Dude, what a piece of crap. No, go.
No, I'm not going.
Okay, couple of things. There's very little context in most of these clips. You hear them briefly talk about a sign. My assumption from this situation is that they were panhandling and they had a sign out at this event asking for money. Many cities and many states have local laws and ordinances that make it illegal to panhandle in certain areas of the city. I'm assuming that is the case here. Now, as far as the no smoking signs, that is obviously incorrect. It is not required to be posted everywhere. That is absolutely asinine, because if it was required to be posted everywhere, For every single law, for everything that you cannot do, the entire universe would be covered edge to edge in signs. I will say this, I don't know what her name is, I believe the woman is probably smarter than he is. You hear her in the background in several of these clips trying to reason with him and let him know, yeah, stop, and he doesn't listen. So, in this sense, I believe she is probably the more rational of the two, but he seems to be the driving force behind these videos.
I want his name and badge number. I'm not leaving until I get it. Can you give me a sergeant? They're going to ignore me now. Take that. I know where the sergeant went. I'll go get him myself. As I was leaving, because they told me if I opened the sign again, they would trespass me from the property. So we were leaving. This dude in the blue shirt runs up on me, tells me that if I say another cuss word, that he's going to put me in handcuffs immediately. Well, first off, there has to be a complainant. Nobody was complaining. And this is America. I have free speech.
I got it. You have free speech, Jeremiah, but it goes when you start.
As long as you're not threatening.
When you start to disturb.
I wasn't disturbing nobody.
But if you're cussing.
Only he heard me. Only he heard me.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing? Fuck you, dude. I'm sure.
Okay.
Because everybody walking by me at the moment was like already past me.
Okay.
It's on video.
Okay.
I want his name and badge number.
Well, his name is Jamal Alquazini.
Okay.
I don't know his badge number, but he's the only Alquazini that works there.
All right. He's about to get thousands of calls. See you later, pig. I know y'all think it's a joke, man. You really do. You really do. But karma's going to get you, man. Oh, you want me to leave? I'll just stand here.
I should have it today. Don't tell me to leave.
Why you got to be so sarcastic, man? You think you're funny. I know. You think you're cute. You're the reason why everybody hates cops. Yeah, walk away.
That's another thing that these guys love to say all the time. You're the reason why everybody hates cops. They do? Everybody hates cops? Really? I didn't know that until I started watching these guys, and they tell me all the time. And then, like I always say when I watch these videos, watching what's going on versus listening to the narration. 4 cops standing there talking to each other. Your white people hate cops. Because they did what now? Exactly.
I mean, that one cop, just that one guy, just him, he's the sole reason everyone hates cops? I don't think so.
Right.
I mean, come on. That would be a lot to put on one cop's shoulders. You know,
right.
I mean, I've never even seen that cop or heard of him. So how is he the whole reason that everybody hates cops? Everybody. And yet they say that to every cop they meet. So which one is responsible? If they say that to all of them, which one?
And I love the fact that it's always like, well, like taking this for an example, right? Let's say you're, I don't know, just thinking of an example. Let's say like you're a mother with your kids in the park, and then you hear this guy going, F you stupid pigs or whatever. And the cops are like, hey, come on, man, watch your mouth or whatever. You think she hates that cop for saying that? You think the people that are upset with these frauditors when the cops stop them hate the cop for doing that?
No.
I would think it's literally the opposite. Like, you're the reason people like cops, because they see you standing up against this douche canoe.
Well, because
you know what I mean?
They're there to serve the public. They are not there just to serve you. You guys call them public servants often enough. The word public is key there. Public. They are there to serve everyone, not just you. But they get so butthurt. I swear they grow a whole new hole and crack in their butt every time. Their butts aren't kissed by these police. Why they get told they're in the wrong, or they get told they got to get lost, or they're trespass, or anything. They are so mad because the police weren't there to serve them. No, they're there to serve the public.
You just said something. I've said this before, but I never thought about it specifically the way you just said it. That's it. They are hanging on the word servant. Look, these guys are servants. They need to serve me. But we hang on the word public, the general public, not any random person with a camera's servant, not any random idiot that's holding a camera's servant. The servant of the public as a whole.
Yeah.
And they are serving the public as a whole when they get rid of the idiot with the camera.
They don't see it that way, though. They don't look around and see that the general public should be served by them. They should be serving the person with the camera because it's my right. They don't have any rights. I'm the only one here that matters. Me. I have the camera. I'm the only one that matters. If not, I'm going to have the world's biggest tantrum.
Yeah.
Because you're my servant.
Yes.
No, they're here to serve the public. They're here to protect the public. They are here for the public, the general needs of the public.
As a whole, not just the one random idiot who happens to be filming.
Right.
Great point. Yes.
I have another question. So then that would be a citation. You can't trespass somebody from a public event, which is city property.
If we could, if you refuse to put the sign down.
So the video ends there abruptly. I'm assuming in some effort to conceal the rest of the interaction to make the narrative fit. However, like I said, I am 99.9% certain this started over a panhandling sign. I don't know what park they are in, so I can't look up the local laws and city ordinances when it comes to panhandling, but a reasonable deduction would say that that's what this was all about. And unfortunately, this frauditor just doesn't like being told he can't do something, even if it is legally in the ability of the police to tell him to stop. He seems to just hate police, period. Good or bad, I don't think that this man makes a distinction. So the next clip we're going to take a look at, they are walking down the side of the interstate. And I don't know that I've ever met anyone that does not know that you legally can't walk on the side of the interstate. It seems like one of those adulting facts that you learn very early on that it is not legal. Now, do we see people doing it and do we see people hitchhiking? Yeah. That doesn't make it legal. Just because you see it doesn't make it legal. Let's go ahead and take a look.
You guys live? Hotel 6. Hotel 6? Yeah. Where you guys coming from?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it matters. You're on the highway. You're not supposed to walk. You're not supposed to be on the highway. So yes, it's matter.
Where's the sign that says you can't walk on it?
It's a law.
It's a law?
It's a law. You got a phone, you can Google it. It's a law.
We're just trying to cut our time in half.
You guys have ID on you.
I don't have my... Have we committed a crime?
Well, yeah, because we're walking down the highway. They're not supposed to be walking down.
I mean, but where's the signs posted?
Do these guys need a sign to tell them to wipe their butt? They can't figure out that you shouldn't be walking down the highway when there's cars zooming by at 70, 80 miles an hour?
I'm going to have to be right back.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'll talk to you guys for a minute. So, yeah, like, okay. Hey, iKiss, what's up? Great to see you. So, yeah, walking down the highway like that, the guy asked him, what's the first thing the cop said? He's like, well, not the first thing, but he said, where are you coming from? He's like, well, what does it matter? I'll tell you right now because I've done this myself. Okay? Here's why it matters. You're driving down the highway. Your car breaks down. It overheats, or you get a flat or something, and you have to pull over on the side of the road. Now you're stuck on the highway, and you're on the side of the road. Especially when I was younger, before they invented cell phones. Now you got to walk down the highway to get somewhere safe and maybe call for help. I've been in that position. So cop says, where are you coming from? A few blocks up there or a mile up there. My car broke down. I'm trying to walk to get a phone or to get some help. So yeah, it does matter where you're coming from. Like, that's why he's asking where you're coming from. That's why it makes a difference. That's one of the things that these guys always double down on, is this idea like, well, you have no right to ask me what's going on. It's irrelevant what's going on. And it's like, well, wait a minute, guys. How do you not understand that? Well, no, that actually we know how they don't, right? Oh, my throat. Sorry, a little frog in my throat. But that's one of the things, like, they don't have any concept. We've heard them say it, though, right? They think that all these laws all come from the basic idea that this is illegal so that the government can steal our money by writing us tickets. This is illegal because the government's trying to control us. Oh, my goodness. And take away our rights. No law exists for any actual reason other than to just be mean and tyrannical. And it's like, you have no right to ask me what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. Well, what you're doing or why you're doing it could be the difference between, oh, you're just walking down the highway because your car broke down and you need to get to the closest gas station. I know where that is. Let me help you out. I've seen that happen. And the difference between that or getting a citation or getting arrested. Why are you doing this? Oh, because that. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. As opposed to, none of your damn business, pig. Ugh. Well, then screw you too, pal. Like, what do you want me to do? You know?
There's supposed to be something notifying you that you can't do it.
So you tell him
like used to be you couldn't ride a motorcycle on it. There used to be signs saying no motorcycles allowed.
You have ID on you.
I don't have ID on me, no.
We're just trying to cut our time it out. It's making a quicker walk.
Be Gardner.
You cannot walk.
So here's an example of what I was talking about earlier. You know, he's going on about there not being signs, etc. And, you know, he's asking, well, did we commit a crime? And she goes, yeah, we were walking down the interstate. We weren't supposed to be. So I do believe she is probably the more rational of the two and is going along with him for the most part. But it's a little ridiculous. You know, he's going to keep going on about the fact there's no signs that say you can't walk on it. I have seen many, many no pedestrian traffic signs on on-ramps to the interstate. So I don't know about the state that they live in, but it kind of goes without saying an interstate is a limited access highway meant specifically for high-speed traffic, and that's it. So, I mean, part of this is common sense.
On the highway.
You want to do it again?
You can't do it.
Yes, sir.
So
we didn't know it.
Let you guys walk. So I'm gonna have to give you guys. I have to give you guys a ride down.
You can't finish walking it?
No, sir, you cannot.
I'm not getting in a cop car.
I can't let you walk.
I'll get over in the grass.
I can't let you walk on that house.
I'll get in the grass then.
All right, what's your ID number?
0871-856. Sorry.
You said 0648. Oh, 047-185. What is your social? What is your social?
That's the law.
So,
you're not supposed to ask for Social Security. The Social Security office will tell you, you give that to no one.
What is your social?
Don't do it, Sam. The Social Security office will even tell you, you don't give that to anybody, not even them.
I know, but I would like this to go.
He's got your name and birthday. That's all he needs.
433.
So let me start anything.
I'm her husband, so yeah.
Breaking the law right now, and I'm trying to give you guys a ride. Say it again.
403. That's my driver's license.
Okay. What is your driver's license?
What if I don't give it? What happens?
Either you let me identify you, or I can just take you down to jail for trespassing.
So you're gonna arrest me if I don't ID?
Correct.
Okay, all right. I got that on video.
All right. So what is your ID?
0819
0819
276.
276. What is your name?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Samantha.
And Samantha.
Yeah, I don't want to go to jail.
Well, just got a lawsuit.
Hope that I don't go to jail.
So he is actively committing a crime, willfully and actively committing a crime. His wife has already admitted as much. And he still does not believe that he has to identify himself because he is so entitled in his belief that he can do and say whatever he wants without repercussion. That he thinks just because he doesn't believe it's a crime, that he should be allowed to do whatever he wants. The ignorance of this man is staggering. Absolutely staggering. So I did look it up. They are in Tennessee. Tennessee officers are 100% allowed to ask for a social security number for secondary ID if a primary ID cannot be provided. It isn't something they're going to do on every stop, but if you don't have a physical copy of your ID, yes, they can ask you for your social security number. This is not like handing out your social to someone else on the street for no reason. You're giving it to an officer for a specific purpose of identification. So I would say I was looking forward to looking at this lawsuit, but we already know this is a lawsuit that is never going to be filed.
I've rode my bike down through here before, had other cops pass me, and they never said a word. There's no difference. If you're not allowed to walk it, you're not allowed to ride it on the bike.
Obviously. We're just really trying to cut out.
Like I say, you say that walk.
And actually, I want to say something about that too. Like this idea of like what they just said, it's like, okay, so anytime that a police officer is cool, right? Like they don't stop you. They choose to not stop you. They choose to let you off with a warning. They choose to give you a ticket. Or even in court, you know, if they're being lenient, if they're being cool, if they dismiss the case just because we already have overcrowded prisons, we got all this horrible stuff, we're going to let this guy slide on this one thing because it's not, their big thing would be a little fine or whatever anyway. Whatever it is, anytime, but specifically in this situation, like with the cops, anytime cops are cool, they don't give credit to the cops for being cool because all cops are pigs and tyrants. They don't give credits to the cool cops for being cool. They actually use that against a cop that's just doing what they're supposed to do. Well, those other cops didn't stop me, so why are you stopping me? They were being extra nice. It's not that I'm being extra mean. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Those guys just chose at that moment, maybe, and you don't know anything. You see a squad car drive by. You don't know that they saw you. You don't know that they're thinking about you. You don't know that they got something on their radio that they're looking for someone else or that they're following somebody or that they're going on, you know, just because they don't have their lights on, that they're not doing something else. Also, you're on your bike, and they didn't pull you over. And now you're walking and they did. So maybe we don't know the story of what was going on with the cop that drove past you, right? But again, because he didn't stop you, you don't say, wow, that cop was being cool. No, you say, if they didn't stop me, then you can't stop me. So there, stupid pig. It's like, again, in their world, so what would you rather have happen? You'd rather all cops, we get rid of discretion and just have all cops just immediately give citations to everyone they see do anything and have no discretion at all? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late for work. I was speeding. Oh, well, I'll let you up with a warning. Please slow down. No, now there is no more discretion. Immediately have to give a ticket. Because if you don't, then well, that cop didn't give me a ticket, so now I should never get a ticket. So there. You can't be nice, right? Like we always say with the frauders, you give them an inch, they take 20 miles, right? You let them in the door. Oh, now I can go in the employees only room and film. I don't care, you know. Well, what's this? I got rejected from the job. I took the skills assessment for last week. I'm really not doing well. No matter what other prospects, I can't seem to get interviews. I mean, I don't know where you're at. Did you try? I mean, it might be last ditch effort, but if you can find an Amazon warehouse nearby, you know, those guys, they're great. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there she is. What's up, Ray?
Okay,
What do you think of what we were just saying, huh?
I have no clue what you were just saying. I wasn't here.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know how long you've been. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't here.
No, yeah, no, that's fine. What I was just saying is that in the video, he was talking about, well, last week I was on my bicycle and I saw a squad car drove past me and they didn't stop me. So you can't stop me. And I was talking about how, like, they use officers using their discretion to be nice, to let someone go with a warning or to not stop someone against them.
Half the time, I don't believe that when they say, I was over here, or I filmed over here, or I did this over here, and they didn't say anything. They let me go. They did this, they did that. I don't believe that ever happened, because most of the time we don't even see it on their channels. Like when they say, I've been all over the place filming at courthouses and they let me do it, right?
Yep.
No, you haven't, because where's the video?
Right.
This is the only courthouse we've ever seen you go to, and they aren't letting you do it. So get out.
Right. Exactly.
You're dealing with this police officer right now. You're not dealing with Officer Smith from last week. You're dealing with him right now in this park, in this county, with this officer who's telling you, you cannot do this right now. You can't smoke here. You can't have that sign. You can't disturb the peace. Okay. He's telling you what their rules are, their laws.
Yep.
Not what some other city or county or state or police or whatever said to you before.
Yes, exactly. And this, again, because you had stepped away, they're walking down the highway. Obviously, you can't walk down the highway. Anyone with a brain should understand that.
That's
and
illegal.
I was telling the story, huh?
That's illegal everywhere. You can't be on the highway walking. It's no pedestrians. The sign says that when you're getting on the highway.
Right. And the point that I made earlier was that, like, I've done it, but one of the first things this cop asked is where you're coming from. And he's like, well, I don't need to tell you that. But I was saying, like, that makes absolute sense to me, because, like, me, when I walked down the highway, it was because my car broke down. And this was before they invented cell phones and stuff. I had to get to a phone that call for help. So I was walking down the highway. And so when the cop stops me, he says, where are you coming from? And he say, oh, yeah, my car broke down and I'm walking. Then the cop might say, hey, oh, okay, now I understand why you're walking down the highway. I'll give you a ride. In fact, this cop is offering them a ride. But of course, he decides to argue
for you. You know, maybe you can call a tow truck for you, give you a ride back to your car, call a tow truck. They're here to help. That's what they don't understand is police officers, when they see you walking on the highway, their first thought isn't, let me bust this guy's balls. It's let me figure it out so I can help them. Because generally, people are not walking on the highway because they want to. Generally, because they have to. Something happened, the car broke down, whatever the case may be. It's not, the first thought isn't, I'm going to bust this guy's balls good. I'm going to give him lots of tickets. I'm going to break his Fourth Amendment rights. I'm going to do all sorts of nasty, tyranny things to this guy. No.
Yep.
It's generally not their first thought. Their first thought is, let me get this guy off the highway so he doesn't get hit. And I'm going to find out if I can help him. I guarantee you those are their first thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, because I've seen a lot of arguments too, in a lot of these videos where they're, the anti-cop videos and stuff about the wellness checks. It's like so many people have had help that they needed. Like if somebody's like, they see someone like sleeping in a car, right? And then they get there and they realize the dude's having a heart attack, or there's something going on that they had, and they actually are able to save him. I showed a video on here where a cop literally pulled a dude out of a car, and like 5 seconds later, the car exploded. If the cop wasn't there, the guy'd be dead.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like some kind of action movie. It really was. It was like crazy because I've never seen anything like that in my life. I'm like, holy cow.
Right.
It was crazy. But yeah, like Highway Star says, or Cool Clear Water says, first thought is always out of gas. Whenever I see somebody walking, I'm always like, yep, they probably ran out of gas.
Right, exactly. That's why the cops say it. Where are you coming from? Because that's like, oh, okay, cool. Let's work with that. But when I don't have to tell you, you have no right to ask me. And now the cop's offering this guy a ride, and what's he saying? I'm not getting in a cop car. Nope, no way. So the cop's like, well, then I could make you get in the car to take you to jail, or you could get in the car and I could drop you off somewhere safe.
And then he's the tyrant for that. It's like, no, you got nasty with him. You're the one that doesn't want to cooperate. You could be getting a ride and you can be comfortable, or you can act like an ass. It's up to you. And the funny thing is like Samantha doesn't seem to want to act that way. She's like telling him like, stop, just stop it, and it's like, if you know that he's acting like this and you don't want him to, why are you with him then? Well,
yeah, and it's always that, oh, do we got to go through this again? Come on. Yeah.
Right, but if you're tired of it and you don't want him to do, why are you, if you're tired of it, then get away from him. Take your kid, pick her up, and go away.
Yep. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing, because that's when you start getting into the psychology of women that are like in abusive relationships, or this, like when you're with a guy that acts a certain way and you don't agree with it and you don't like it, but you still stick with them. Like that's a whole nother issue completely.
Yeah, I
understand that. I know what you mean.
I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, he's never going to listen to her on maybe you should quit acting this way.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it gets so bizarre. And I think I've told this story before as well. But thinking about like on the same idea, walking down the highway, I remember one time, because they were talking about like not wanting to get in the squad car to get a ride or whatever. When I was with me and my buddies, when we were in Minnesota walking to Canada, and I was hitchhiking, and a squad car stopped, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm in trouble. And the cop was offering me a ride, and that's why he stopped, and he drove me into town just to give me a ride into town. Like, what an unbelievable tyrant. How dare he be nice to me like that?
I mean, come on. Hey, Mark Baggett. It's just like, why? It's only them. It's only these people who, because they come off like, you don't get to ask me this stuff. You don't get, come on. Just, why don't you actually treat cops as if they are there to help you?
Right.
They are there for the general public, to help them, to assist them. They aren't there just to solve crimes and give people tickets and be road pirates. They are there to help.
Yes.
To serve and protect. Okay, that's what it says on most cop cars that I've seen around this country, is to serve and protect.
Yeah. Yes.
So why don't you let them do a little protecting and keep you from the dangers of the highway, walking with you, your wife, and a little child?
Yeah. And again, like we were saying a minute ago, like with the video I was talking about where the cop pulled the guy out of the burning car, like then the car blew up. It's like, there are so many situations where if you go by their argument, the cop haters' argument, like the police officer shouldn't even be there in the first place to save that person's life. Like that tyrant was trespassing on my property to run into the car and pull the guy out, like, or going in someone's house to pull a guy that's choking somebody off of the person they're choking. Like they shouldn't have been in that house. They were trespassing and they didn't have a warrant. Like if there's a crime in progress, they can't stop it. They have to go run and get a warrant they come back 5 days later after the crime's over and the person's already dead, right?
Yeah, it's called probable cause. Good thing for that, right? Is Erica here? Hi, Erica. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. Yeah, me too. Graham, me too. He rules my existence, that cat. He does. But I let him, so it's fine.
Yes,
they don't have to immediately go into a conversation with a police officer as nasty as they do, especially him. He's immediately nasty. Like there's no ramping up to the nastiness. No, he's at nasty to start and then ramps up to just evil, and
Chili's the same way. Fake Mike is the same way.
Yeah, it's just don't show your sign anymore. I don't know what the sign says. Probably it was panhandling would be my guess,
Right.
But just don't show the sign and don't screech, F you at the cops when there's other people around.
Right. Well, and that's another thing too. Like, I always like go into the park because that's the thing. Like, and I still take my kids to the park all the time, right? Like, if you're going to do something like that, once again, are we really supposed to believe that you're choosing a park and not knowing and understanding that that location specifically because there's families with children is going to be an issue? What did Mr. Thomas say? Good morning, Hez and Ray. Sorry I couldn't be here this morning, but I was what? I was robbed. They cleaned out my big. Oh
my gosh! I'm so sorry.
Wow, that's horrible, Mr. Thomas. Oh, I hope. Oh man, I mean, I don't
your
know.
Bank
like,
should give you back your money.
Yes,
probably almost right away. So that'll be a good thing. I hope they do that. God, I hope they find out who did that too.
Right.
Oh
my
There's
goodness.
nothing worse, man. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's
If you
terrible.
need anything, let me know.
See, criminals. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't? Yeah, we're paying ours today. Paying it short, but we're paying it. If I can help you in any way, Mr. Thomas, let me know. I'll do my best to help you.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if these guys had their way, the cops wouldn't exist and you'd be able to do nothing about it. Just your money's gone. Oh, well, screw you.
Yeah, really.
What do you feel sad that someone stole your money? Well, feelings don't matter. They don't trump my right to steal from you.
I'm sad for them. I'm upset for you. God.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, so you made your police report and you called your bank, right? I'm assuming you did all that. So
yeah.
It's a good luck catching these guys that do it with the banks, though. They have a hardest time catching them, and I just often don't understand why in this day and age with the fraud departments they have that they have such a hard time catching these guys.
Well, it does depend because a lot of them are from other countries, so there's no jurisdiction.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. When I had that email, the police here were able to track, IP addresses and stuff. So,
right.
I don't know why bank's fraud department can't do that.
Right,
but
right.
Maybe it's a lot harder than I think with how they can bounce things around off of, the interwebs. I don't understand how it all works, but
right.
they're a lot more careful than some are. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, and this has always been a thing. Always, even before digital stuff and computers and all that.
Awesome.
When you look at these, I'm heading to the bank now, but they did freeze my account and Social Security. Well, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Because now that nobody's going to take more. Ooh,
well, you
boy.
can freeze your credit. You can freeze your on your credit. You can freeze all that. So like if somebody like checks your credit for anything or does anything, it freezes it. Like tells them not to open up any credit in your name.
Right.
So yeah, so that's a good thing they offer now. Like mine's frozen. I froze it on purpose for until I say I'm going to open up something, then I go and unfreeze it because you never know who's out there with your information these days, especially frauditors like you to record stuff. But although I've never been anywhere where they were recording, it doesn't matter. You never know.
Well, right. And they love doxing and they love doing all these horrible things, trying to encourage identity theft, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. People like, what's his face? The Liberty Troll running around out there, deliberately putting out people's information, it's people that just don't care out there anymore. So look what happened so fast to Mr. Thomas here. Look what happened to, I think it was Donna Ray. Donna Ray got took for some money. I think at one point it's happened to most of us where our bank accounts have gotten hit, and you don't know where it came from. They took your wallet. Oh, I thought they just got your bank. They actually robbed you.
Oh, you thought it was I thought it was a digital crime too. No, he was actually robbed.
Actually got robbed, like robbed. Oh my God. So you're okay though? Like physically you're okay. Because that's like what matters most of all is that you're okay.
Yes. We thought you were talking about digital crime, like somebody hacked your account. Like actually physically stole your
robbed. I thought you meant like they just got a hold of your bank account. Oh my God.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's not a good. Hi, Pete Barnes.
Morning.
But my goodness, man.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm sorry. I mean, what a happy dance cheer, yeah. All right. Oh, no.
Yeah, now I'm upsetting. I'm upsetting.
Yeah, sad.
For
Yeah.
him. Was to go through that and have your whole bank taken and have to go through all this. It's like, see, you're the victim and now you got to go around and explain this over and over again to people, shut down all your credit cards, shut down your bank, shut down, hope you get your money back. You had to survive getting robbed.
And you got to, if his driver's license was in his wallet, he's going to have to replace that. Everything going to have to get all new, everything.
I would be mad at them just for making me go to the DMV.
Right.
Oh, man.
And then if you show up there and there's a frauditor there, oh, come on, let's make it worse. Oh, dear. Well, that's a sad note. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. I hope everything turns out okay. And I'm glad you're okay and that, you didn't get hurt or anything.
Please keep us updated, because I just hate this for you. I really do. It's just disgusting behavior in this world anymore.
Right.
You didn't ask for a badge number. Oh, they gave it. Okay. I was going to say, what tyrants didn't give you their badge number? And you got their name too? I'm supposing you got name along with the badge number? If not, we need to help you file a police or a complaint.
Yeah. And then we'll FOIA the information. And then we'll file a lawsuit. And
well, usually their badge number and their name is on the report. That's what these guys don't realize too, is if they're making a report, it's on there. They don't have to stand around going, what's your name and badge number? Or you have to identify to me. It's in your policy. It's amazing how many policies these people have read, but they can't properly read poster 7 or a sign that says no recording.
Right.
Somehow they've read all these policies for these police departments.
Right.
Well,
Well,
they have to identify.
I've said this since day one. The name and badge number thing doesn't have anything to do with anything other than I'm taking control of this situation. I'm taking control of this situation. I'm showing that cop who's boss. You're going to give me your name and badge number because I told you to, and you're my servant. Like, that's the whole purpose of the name and badge number. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Little known fact, Mr. Thomas, is if you are the victim of the crime for body cam purposes, you can ask them not to record you. If you don't want to be recorded on body cam, if you are the victim. Hopefully it never happens again. But if it does, and you're in your pajamas, and you don't want to be recorded, you can ask them not to.
Well, and a lot of times they don't have them turned on. I mean, it depends. Like,
well, if he's reporting a crime, yeah, they will.
Yeah, I guess
if they're dealing with anybody that's the general public, they're going to have them on.
Right.
But yeah,
or just ask
not to be recorded. If he's the victim,
right,
only if you're the victim. Like, yeah, you can ask that. Because they're filling out a report anyway. So they're going to have your narrative. They're going to have all that. So they don't really need to record you.
But I would think even if they did and somebody like whatever, like if you were in court and they requested something or whatever, that they would, blur your face of the victim. I would think. They would redact the victim information. I don't know.
Generally, is if they're going to be making an arrest, they'll have to leave it on, for things like that. But if he's the victim and he's reporting a crime that it occurred before they got there, there is no reason unless they don't turn it off. Like he doesn't ask for, they don't turn it off.
Right.
Because they're going to have his narrative. He's probably, did you write out your police report? Did you write your narrative, or did they take it down for you? Generally, you write it out,
Unless you're a frauditor, then you, servant, have to write it for me.
And they'll ask you if you're, the body cam's on, because they're big on like getting that,
Yep.
They like to see themselves on camera.
Yeah. Well, anyway, in the meantime, let's see the rest of this. It's almost over.
Oh.
I get why you guys.
I won't ever do it again.
Yeah, I get why you guys walking, trying to cut down time, like you said.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I ride by. I see you guys just standing here, but you're not supposed to be on the highway at all.
They need to post signs, though.
But okay, I guess it's not.
How are you supposed to know every law in the book?
All laws are not posted, right?
But you can't know every law in the book either.
All laws are not posted.
Normally, if you're not allowed to do it, yes, they post a sign. Like no trespassing, they post a sign. Like used to be, you couldn't ride a motorcycle on the interstate. They had signs up saying no motorcycles allowed.
All right, we're going to cut this clip right here because the remainder couple of minutes are just him continuing to argue about not wanting to get in the cop car to take a ride to the next exit, which I am assuming they did in fact do because just because of this guy's attitude. If that cop car had driven off without them in it, I know we would have seen it on camera, and we don't. All we do is see this guy argue for the next few minutes. So last thing we're going to take a look at is a clip that the camera work is horrendous. I'm sorry. But it is an interaction with a police officer when he is on his own. The wife is not with him at this time. And you can see that he gets even more crazy when she's not around. So he amps it up when she isn't there as a tempering force. So let's take a look at that.
Real quick. I just wanted to say, yes, absolutely. Thank you for dropping in, and believe me, we all support you and we're behind you 100%. And we just thank God again that everything's okay. And hopefully you'll be able to get everything fixed with the least amount of issues in the process.
Yes, definitely.
All right,
Excuse me.
absolutely. No, it's okay.
Yes, thinking
but-
about you, and let us know again if we can be of any assistance to you. Okay.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Take care. All right. Back to the video.
I'm not. No, I'm not. When you seen the amount I've been surrounded by,
I know you're recording. I know you're going to put this on YouTube so you can get your views. I totally get it, man. But honestly, nobody cares about you. Okay, I'm not trying to be rude or abrasive.
well, actually, you are. You're being a smartass right
I'm
now.
just telling you, man. No, you act like
To get views. No, I don't do this to get. I don't do this to get views.
You make it a point to try to get us to come out here and talk to you, and that's fine, man.
I didn't make any of y'all come out here and talk to me.
Okay, listen. Like I said, man.
I walked up and asked. I was talking to him. There's 4 other parking places you could have chose. Well, you're dismissed. Go on. You're dismissed.
I guess the point that I was trying to make is that I know you made numerous comments to me that every time another unit pulls up, you're always like, "Oh my God, they're here for me," and I'm like, "No, actually, they're going to come in here and get."
That's the first time I've said that. I've never said. I can go back through the videos. I have never said that to you, not once.
I've heard your videos when other units pull up. You're like, "Oh my God, they're all coming out here after me." Dude, nobody cares. Okay, just relax. I know who you are. I don't have any issues with you. But just a second here, like, it's shift change. Well, no, I mean, sometimes when there's not really a whole lot going on, we all come out here and talk for a little bit. It's got nothing to do with it.
I was asking if it shift change. That's a fucking reasonable question.
That's fine. I appreciate you starting the process.
God damn, dude. I told y'all, see, all fucking tyrants, and especially the troopers.
I would love to know what was tyrannical about that conversation, because I heard no tyranny. I was promised tyranny and I heard no tyranny. Other than the fact that he got called out on his bullshit. That's all there is to it. He got called out on his bullshit. Apparently, he has a habit of being overdramatic when police pull into the parking lot and he acts like that they are there for him. And this guy just flat out told him, dude, we don't care. No one cares about you. And I guess he just doesn't like hearing that. He doesn't like hearing that he is insignificant. But, facts matter.
Y'all are definitely tyrants.
What about what?
You heard me, man.
No, I didn't.
Quit walking towards me. Stop walking towards me.
Why would I stop?
You're making me walk out in the middle of the road.
You're doing that on your own.
I'm not going to back down from you, dude.
I'm not asking you to. I just asked what you said.
What is your name and badge
I
number?
just couldn't hear what you said.
Carlock.
What did you say?
I said troopers are the most tyrant.
What does that mean?
Look at my videos and you'll understand.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
I don't understand, but I have seen them.
I'm sure you have. It's probably the reason why you're acting like that right now.
Acting like what?
Because y'all all have a problem with this, and that's the reason why you're coming at me like this.
Coming at you like what? I'm just trying to talk.
Yeah, you're being man. Quit being a condescending asshole. Go fuck off.
Go where? What do you mean?
Go over there and talk to your boys in blue.
Are you some kind
Go
of
over there with your little dick circle jerk off.
Tell me where to go, what I'm supposed to be doing?
Oh yeah, actually I pay taxes, which pays you, so fuck off.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I do.
What taxes do you pay?
Really? What do you pay?
Where do you work at? Pay income tax?
That's none of your business.
Huh?
Because the answer to that question would be nowhere. He works absolutely nowhere. And considering the fact that they live in a Motel 6 and they have a child, chances are they are in the lower income bracket, which they qualify for earned income credit, which means they pay no federal taxes and, in fact, get a refund at the end of the year, making the amount of federal taxes he pays fairly minimal. At the end of the day, guys, this man is truly lost in his own ignorance. I really feel sorry for the little girl. I don't feel so sorry for the wife because she's making the conscious decision to stay with someone like this. But this is kind of an example of, cutting your nose off to spite your face. He's so filled with hate and misinformation that he blames the world and the authorities for his position in life when his own choices are what have led them to this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see, and I will catch you on the next one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the Lucid Dream. All right. All right. But yeah, that ending video, I've seen that footage before. And it's like, that is the thing. And not just with him, but with so many of these guys. And it goes back to the whole thing about false narrative building and their fans buying the narrative and not paying attention to what's actually happening in the video. One of the ones, and that one's a good example too, but I've seen other ones where they would be like at a police station and all these squad cars pull up and they'd be like, look at all of these cops coming here for me. Yeah, there's no other reason why a police station would be full of cops. It has to be because you're there. And the fans eat this up. I can't believe those tyrants did that to you.
Sorry, I forgot.
No,
I wasn't muted here. I was muted on my mic. I forgot when you touch this one, it mutes, and I must have accidentally touched it. Yeah, it's
right.
One of the more frustrating ones. Not one of the more like I don't know. It's not frustrating in the sense of like Long Island Audit or Mark Mansion is, frustrating, but like David People said, he's his own kind of special. Like,
right.
When he says I'm your boss. Well, how can you be? You don't pay property tax on the road you sleep on. I mean,
right. Well, and even like we said earlier, even if you did make that taxpayer argument or whatever, it's like the entire public is who you serve, not that one individual person because they pay taxes,
Right. But even if you don't pay a tax, right, you still are now I lost my headphones. You still they're still there for you. The cops are still there to serve the public, whether they pay a tax or not.
Yes.
Whether you pay their salary or not, they are there still to serve the public.
Right.
It's not just one person because they think they're right because they're holding a camera and have to act all tough and talk tough and, be tough, because we all know when those cameras go off, they are not tough.
Yeah. Or if somebody stands up to him, what's the first thing they do? Call the cops. You got to arrest this house. The guy assaulted me. He looked at my camera.
Yeah.
And then I pepper sprayed him. Arrest him.
He looked at my camera from 20 feet away. I felt threatened, so I pepper sprayed him.
Yeah. He asked me not to film him, so I pepper sprayed him. Arrest him for assault.
Yeah.
Like
ridiculous.
Yep.
What they go to are the police, even though they hate the police.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why would you do that if that's, there was only, I think, one or two of these people that said they would never call a cop. And I don't remember who they are. I think they were some fly-by-night, frauditors that popped up and went away. Said they would never call a cop because they hate the cops. Why would they do that?
Right.
But they didn't last very long. But all of the rest of them, they're definitely call a cop.
They love calling the cops. Yeah.
They call everybody else snowflakes. But, I mean, you can't even look in their direction.
Right. Without them having a problem.
Having a fit, saying, you're assaulting me by looking at me.
You're so
Cam back here and let me call the police. And you better not erase that because I'm going to FOIA it,
Yes, right.
I don't understand either why they want a picture of themselves, but okay.
Yeah.
To prove you can get it? I don't think so. How many times did they actually got in the picture?
But even if they have, it's the sheer, like, I've said this so many times before. Your whole beef is to fight for the right to film unless somebody's filming you.
Right, but then you act like it's I don't get it. They don't even see the irony in it. They don't see the hypocrisy. Yeah. They don't see the irony. They don't see anything wrong with what they do. They don't. It's like you're filming them, but the minute they film you, they're Cam back Karen or Darren. They're assholes for doing it. And you don't erase that. I'm going to FOIA that. It's like, why are you so upset when this is supposedly what you want for people to film in public places?
Yes.
But
the whole point is for everyone to film everything all the time. But unless they're not a frauditor, that's the thing. It's like, no, don't want everyone to film all the time. They want more frauditors. But anyone else, if you're not a frauditor and you're filming, you're either a Camelback Karen or a Darren or a Snowflake or a bootlicker or whatever. I'm going to FOIA your footage and don't you erase that. And it would be a federal crime for you to erase that video you just made.
Well, DMA didn't get it. Neither did Mark Manchin get a picture or a FOIA either of a picture he wanted. But there are some who have gotten it. It depends on the laws in that state.
Yeah.
So it really does, or if it was a professional or a personal phone. So he didn't get it, neither did Mark Manchin, but some did. Some do get it. It does it, just depends. So it really does depend.
Yep.
But the point is, it's like, why are they fighting so hard? They claim they're fighting hard for the First Amendment, but they act like that whenever anybody in the public or behind the counter else videotapes them.
Yeah. Anyone else does what they do, it's wrong.
Videotaped. Yeah. They act like the camera's going to steal their soul if they get videotaped. It doesn't make any sense to me. It never has.
Right.
And
then again, too, like this whole thing with, not just like with the cam backing, but so many other things. The feelings is a big one. No one is allowed to have feelings because feelings aren't laws. You feel like you don't want me to film you? Well, too bad. You feel like you don't want to be filmed? Too bad. I feel threatened, pepper spray. You walked up to me. I feel threatened, pepper spray. I feel threatened, pepper spray.
Yeah, they get tantrums all the time when they're told they get trespassed, or look at how they act when they're trespassed.
Yeah. They hurt their feelings by asking them to leave, so now they're going to throw a fit like a little baby. Yep. It's hilarious. Nobody's feelings matter except for them. Nobody's rights matter except for them. That's why I always say, oh, congratulations. You want a picture of yourself.
That's what I don't get. Why do they want a picture of themselves? It's like, I know they're all conceited narcissists, but seriously, go take a selfie.
Right.
I mean, it'd be a lot less hassle. Hi, Chuck. Welcome back. But wouldn't it be a lot less hassle, a lot less time? Just go take a selfie.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unless they were trying to prove some point. But most of them don't get to prove that point. Most of them don't get the picture.
Yeah. And then you've got those.
Hey, felony for you to delete that. You know what I would do right in front of them?
Delete it.
Right in front of them. Be like, have me arrested, mother effer.
Yeah. Call the cop. Oh, wait, I thought you were the cops. Now you're calling them? Yeah.
Yeah, call the cop. I'll be waiting. Meanwhile, I'm going back to work.
Exactly.
One who cares.
And ultimately, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. The whole point I made at the end of that video, when we've seen not just that video, but other videos that I've seen where, like, for example, they're at a police station or a place where there's a lot of cops. And then when they see all these cops there, they're like, all these police are here just because there's a guy with a camera. It's in a place where cops would be no matter what anyway. And they just automatically assume that it has to be because the guy with a camera showed up and all these cops came.
Because they know that their audience is going to buy the narrative and not what's actually going on around them. Like, hey, I walked into a police station. Naturally, there's going to be a lot of police here. But then they're going to get in the camera and go, look at all these police here in the lobby for me, a man with a camera.
Yep.
And then their audience, their subs, are going to buy what they're saying, not actually what's going on, which is, I walked into a police station. There's going to naturally be, because of the natural habitat that I am in, a lot of police because they work here.
Right. Exactly. It's just like so many head smack. My skull would be dented from all the head smacking moments I see watching these guys. Gremlins, what's up? Good to see you.
Somebody said that your live stream was going for 8 hours or something like that. You should check it. Somebody asked if anybody knew how to get a hold of you because your live stream was like sitting there for 8 hours or something. So I don't know if you fixed that or not. I don't know if it was
like he didn't click
somebody said
end stream or
Gremlins,
something.
so I assumed it was you, Gremlins. So. But yeah, that's what they do is they go somewhere where there's going to naturally be a lot of police and say they're here for the man with the camera. Or when they get arrested, it was always, I was arrested for filming. No, you were arrested because you trespassed after warning or you were interfering or something.
Disturbance or interference.
Causing a disturbance. Yeah, disturbing the peace. It's not that you were arrested for filming. No policeman has, no cop that I've ever, since I've been watching this for over 2 years now, has said, you're being arrested for filming. In fact, most of them say, I don't care if you're filming. Do it from over there. Or I blatantly flat out said, it doesn't matter to me if you're filming.
Right.
It's and what another they do one while they're filming that gets them arrested.
And that's another one, like, not just with the getting arrested, but like with the Karens and the snowflakes and stuff. Like, why are you afraid of a camera? No one's afraid of a camera. They're afraid of an idiot in a disguise half of the time, holding a camera. Okay, I don't even care about the camera. It's a weirdo in a disguise staring at me. And when I ask them, why are you staring at me? They refuse to tell me, well, it's none of your business. Oh, well, I'm not a... It's like...
Mind your own business. That's what they say.
Like, why would you say that if you didn't have nefarious intent?
I'm sorry, if you're recording me somewhere, like specifically recording me, and I haven't said anything to you to cause you to put the camera on me. You're just recording me while I'm standing in line like a creeperton. And then tell me it's none of my business. Then why are you in my business? Take your camera out of my business then. Or else I'm going to ask you. Don't tell me to mind my own business when you are literally in my business.
Yes. Yes, that's why I hate that argument. I hate it because it's like, you recording my business. Why don't you mind your own business? Because you're not minding your own business. You're recording my business.
Yeah, you are literally in mine. So
by pointing the camera at me.
Yeah, why are you? I never said a word to you because they do that. Like, well, you shouldn't have spoke to me if you didn't want me to record you. I'm sorry, you were already recording them. That's why they asked you why you're recording. You know, why are you recording me? That's why they asked you, because they saw you recording them.
Yep.
So to say that too is like stupid. To say, oh, you shouldn't have talked to me and I wouldn't be recording you. Lie. You were already recording them.
That's why I talked to you. Yes.
So don't say, mind your own business. You are literally in my business. So I'm going to mind yours to find out why you're in mine.
And another thing that I hate is like when they use these examples, they'll say things like, well, if I was filming at Disney World or this or that, and I've heard people say like, well, when I was, especially Frickin' was real good for this, saying like, well, when I was a kid, if I saw someone filming, I'd try to be on camera and this and that. Okay, right. But in those situations, if somebody asks them, hey, why are you filming? Or if they ask not to film them individually, they would say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you on film. I'm just, here doing this, filming that. Oh, okay, cool. But these guys literally go out of their way to do the exact opposite. Because I guarantee you, because I've seen and I've talked about them and I've showed clips on them on here before, legitimate street journalists, right? People come up to them and ask them what's going on. They tell them, and a lot of times they're cool with it. They're like, oh, that's why you're, all right, cool, right on. Well, hey, hi, mom, hey, can I be in the, sometimes they'll say, can I be in the video? Whatever. But like when you're all shady and especially when they're dressed, it's like they're not.
Why don't they want people to know who they are? I mean, if you're some kind of activist for the First Amendment, why are you hiding yourself?
Right. And again, that's why it's so impossible for me to believe any of their arguments, because especially the ones that go out fully disguised and stuff, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, your argument is these people are upset. Mr. Ghost is a great example. Impact Media, Lizard Media, that whole crew are perfect examples because they always go fully disguised from head to toe. When you go out in public dressed like that, and then you're pointing your cameras at random people, because those guys specifically go after random people, you sell your audience. I can't believe these people freaked out because they saw someone holding a camera. And their fans believe it. It's like, wait a minute. Nobody's freaking out because they saw a person holding a camera. They're freaking out because they're seeing somebody that looks extremely like a terrorist or like a villain or like they're wearing a disguise for a reason. Holding it. In other words, it's not the camera. It's the idiot holding it. It's never the camera. It's always the idiot and the actions and behavior of the person holding the camera.
And then
but
to be deliberately vague or just completely non-responsive to where's this going? Where are you putting this?
Yep.
I would want to know. I mean, I think most people in their right minds want to know where their image is going to end up.
Yes.
I mean, anybody would. Where are you putting this? I mean, it's a natural response. Where's this ending up? Which platform are you putting me on? Because you're obviously recording for a reason. Most people would think it's because you're putting this somewhere, you know? So why wouldn't it be a natural thing to ask? And then for them to sit there and be very vague about it, to lie about it, or to be just non-responsive.
Yep.
Because they know they're not allowed
to
use your image without permission if they are going to commercialize it. And that's what they do here. And there's very strict, rules on this platform about it. So.
And then you read the comments and they're saying, you're reading the comments on their channels and they're saying like, it's so sad that so many people are afraid of just seeing a camera. It's like, it's not the camera. It's the actions of the person holding it.
No, and I'm sorry, it's not activism to go to a post office where they're not even government employees. Okay, so Google search will tell you that. To go stand in front of private businesses, to go stand in front of fast food places. How is that the government? Nobody there can really violate your rights.
Yep.
They're not the government. They have nothing to do with their rights. In fact, they can tell you all day long not to film. They don't have to respect your First Amendment rights. They don't have to respect any of your rights.
Yep.
They don't.
Exactly.
They literally don't. Just like I don't have to respect yours, Hez, and you don't have to respect mine. We're normal, everyday people. We are not the government.
Right.
They're the only ones that can violate your rights.
Yeah. I've said this so many times. If two private citizens actually did do something to someone that was a violation, it would be a criminal matter. It wouldn't be a rights violation. It would be criminal.
Exactly. And it's actually a civil liberties violation or a rights violation. The government's the only one that can do that. Standing outside a fast food establishment or a private business, all you're going to get is a bunch of people telling you, leave me alone, stop filming, because they can. They don't have to respect your rights to record in public, as you like to say, in front of every video. They literally don't have to. What they're hoping for is somebody to call the cops.
Yep.
So they might as well say that. Why don't they just say that? We want interaction. We want you to call the cops on us.
Well, then the people won't call the cops.
Right.
They have to act suspicious and weird and bait people into making them call the cops.
No, because everything they do. And then they wonder why we don't believe them. While we would sit here and say, yeah, right. You really want to have a 501(c) charity. That is not a grift.
Right. Attorney Shield isn't a grift. Yeah.
Right.
The trifold isn't just a scam to make money. Yeah.
We call them liars and grifters and wouldn't believe them when they come out with stuff like this.
When all they do is lie.
Right.
False narrative
Exactly.
building, changing the bar, moving the goalposts, all of that day, every day. Oh my
And all they
goodness.
do is go out and say, I'm a journalist gathering content for a story. When none of us have seen a damn story yet.
Not once.
Say it.
Gathering, yeah.
Don't
Go
ask
ahead.
me why I don't believe you.
Yep. Well, we're over the 3-hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. We made it through another show. All right. I mean, all right.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. As always, every day, you're the best fans in the world. Love you guys. Happy Monday. Hope you have a good day. Ray, any last words before we end the show?
Happy Monday. I hope everybody has a good day. It's Monday, so let's fingers crossed. Keep Mr.
Yes.
Thomas in your thoughts. Let's hope everything goes
Yes.
well for him going forward. And everybody else that's going through anything, we will continue to keep you in our thoughts. Love you
Yes,
guys.
absolutely. Yes. All right. Love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. As always, thank you for joining us. And until next time, oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.
With the painting. I was just so confused because earlier when I asked security if I could take a picture, he said yes.
What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint.
I got arrested today for walking out of a museum with a painting. I was just so confused because earlier when I asked security if I could take a